Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back with another episode of MogCast.
It was 43, right?
Episode number 43.
Episode number 43.
We are here with Gabby Fortune.
Hello, everybody.
By the way, congratulations on the success recently.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
It's honestly motivating.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Before we get into anything, make sure you guys, we're on Apple Music and Spotify, so if you can leave a review on Apple Music, it really does help us out a lot.
It helps way more than comments. We say run up the comments on YouTube, run up the likes. A review on Apple Music means 1,000 times more. It actually ranks us higher on podcasts so that people will see us.
Drop a comment right now if you think Gabby, if you guys aren't familiar with her, she is, what would you describe yourself?
I feel like my main job right now is a mother, but besides being a mom, I am a content creator. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I just started my own podcast with my two best friends, so I'm doing that right now, and yeah, that's about it. I like to work with Zach and take pictures and do videos and stuff like that.
So if you guys aren't familiar with her, go look her up on Instagram or TikTok right now. She's like got a really good physique. She's like, you're big. She's big as fuck.
Thank you.
She is big.
Love
She's
that.
short, but she's big as fuck.
I don't think I'm that short.
Nah, how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
That's normal.
That's normal
Yeah.
for girls. That's normal for girls. But okay.
You're just tall as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
everyone's
you're
short.
just really
yeah,
tall.
everyone's. I'm
Someone
like
could be
looking
6 foot. You're like, this guy's short.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm looking down on you, bro. But anyways, just to boost the algorithm, leave a comment down below if you think Gabby can smash a watermelon between her thighs, just fucking disintegrate it, because we're about to do that in like 5 seconds. So
Nah. First, go look at her Instagram page.
that's what I'm saying.
And then
That's what I was saying.
Then see if she can smash a watermelon between her legs.
And then come back to the comment after we do this, and then you'll see if you were correct or not. So because have you ever tried this?
I've never tried it before. I've
Let's
always wanted to,
go.
but this is actually my first time trying it.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie. When I first looked at your page, because he said you were coming on, I was like, "Holy shit! I wonder if she can smash a watermelon." Between her legs. It was my
First thought is like, damn, I wonder if she could smash a watermelon. Like
literally.
That's
so.
crazy.
Also, you are the first. You were the first female that we've had on in forever.
Cool.
And also
I love that.
the first one in this this new scene that we have, and also
Who's the
probably
last one?
Mila or Noelle. I'm not sure which. Mila, totally off topic. She just hopped on No Jumper podcast, which, by the way, hey,
We did it
We did it
first.
first. We did that shit first. So, anyways, let's see if she can smash
Adam's
this
stealing
watermelon.
our swag, bro.
Yeah. So
What a great entry to the freaking
we're gonna smash this fucking. This is the first time
Yeah.
we're gonna pick up the camera and actually like vlog it. So here we go.
cool.
Fucking
Gabby,
run it.
Fuck it.
You
Get
cannot
on the
fail.
big one.
You can't fail.
We're gonna get on the big one
We've-
right
I'm
now.
we've
actually
hyped this up
upset
so
that
much.
you didn't get 3 watermelons. We could have all done it.
Oh yeah, true. Wait, why didn't we do? Well, we have 2. We have 1 right now. We have 1. Wait, you've never done this, right?
No, I've never.
So this is like totally. Look, here, Zach, come over here for me real quick. Shout out to Zach. Sorry, you guys have never seen like this side of the podcast room. It's fucking
This
disgusting.
is where we
I
keep
know
all
it's-
our shit.
So this is like a real, like, check it out. Like, this is like a good watermelon, no cracks or nothing.
Real watermelon.
Also-
don't
This is
even
real. It's a-
don't even call me out for it being fake.
I just realized they're like seeing all like the fucking, they're seeing all the last cells with like the duct tape over them behind. Okay, anyways, if you guys want to check out if a watermelon is good, just knock on it. And if it sounds hollow, it's a good watermelon. So it's a fun fact for you. So we're going to have her lay on the floor.
Lay or stand?
Or whatever
Wait,
you
what
want to
if-
do. Whatever you think you
Nah,
can get
but
the
Brandon,
best.
what if she can smash a watermelon, then I can't? Then that makes me look like a giant pussy. Do you want to try to smash the watermelon?
I think you have a better chance at smashing the watermelon. I lack in the abductor department.
All right, true.
So if you guys know in the gym, good girl, bad girls. So we're going to have her lay on this towel. I hope our landlord isn't watching this video.
It's on a towel.
I'm standing. I'm trying it standing first.
Okay, she's going to try standing. So here we go.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw you do it, I saw you do it with more of your knee. Oh, I'm gonna get this. This is already something.
That's what we have not fucked with the watermelon at all. Here we go.
Wait.
Yeah,
Nah,
I think
put
you need
your-
some.
put
I
your
think you
legs
need some.
together.
I think you need some
Yeah,
leverage.
yeah. You got it. Come on. Like you're hitting a PR.
You might. You
I know, but I'm like tripping. And I'm
no. It's definitely gonna burst.
no, it definitely is. I feel it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Laying
We're
down.
second position. Here we go. I did not mean it like that. I am in a happy relationship. All right. Here we go.
Wait, let me kind of just like feel the circumference of it.
Yeah. Make sure you check out what. I don't even know. Check out
The watermelon
Find the
birth.
weak spots of the watermelon. Here we go.
Ow, this kind
You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you.
You got it. Come on.
Ouch! It hurts my freaking inner thighs. Jesus Christ.
Here we go.
Let's go.
I really can't.
I think you can. I think your mental is just not there. You got to do it.
Oh,
Fuck.
wait, can I try?
Yeah.
No, I feel it. I do feel it. Ow.
Just rotate it a little. You got to like loosen up the sides. No, I don't know.
Yeah, you got to hit it from different angles.
Yo.
Yo, I got to relax.
Oh, no.
Wait,
I heard it.
I heard it too.
You're fucking right on the edge of victory right
Here we go. Here we go. No, keep
Now
going.
rotate.
Birth again.
Here we go. You're so close.
Okay, I know. Hold on. Let me take a break.
There's too many innuendos here.
I feel it though. It's good. Let me try this.
Here we go. Moment of truth.
Oh,
Bro, it's I hear it. No, it's so
literally
close.
cracking.
Fuck, that hurts. Should I try it higher?
Yeah, try it higher.
Yeah, you got to
Try-
get where like you got to get where the
No, try it higher because then you produce more force. Trust.
Bro, you're so
it
close.
dude, I
Nah,
saw
you're so
fucking
close.
bending.
Oh, this
You're so
hurts.
close.
It like hurts.
You have scars on your shins from deadlifting.
Yeah,
I know you can. I know you can break this fucking watermelon. You can do this watermelon.
No, trust higher. I heard
Everybody-
higher because yeah, you want it closer.
There's at least 50,000 people
Really?
watching you right now trying to break this watermelon.
No, I know, and I'm definitely not gonna do it. Ow!
Nah, it's because you're too high up towards the top. You need to be right in the middle. You know what I mean? You can hold the bottom of it if you want.
Like right where your teardrop starts on the quad.
Yeah. So
I had it the first time.
And that's where you did the most. You did the most damage.
no. Like you want the watermelon itself to be like.
Is it right there?
All right.
Here we go.
Fuck, I need to like turn to the side.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Honestly,
I heard it crunching though. Is that
you can definitely.
gives me enough credit?
Oh,
Fuck! You picked the wrong watermelon.
bro. I
fucking
picked
picked the wrong
I picked the
watermelon.
thinnest one. I picked the thinnest one I could find. You wanted a bigger watermelon.
Soft one. This one's ripe. It's not even ready. It's not soft.
Hold on. Let me get in there after you.
Hold on. Yeah.
I'll loosen it up for you, James.
Okay. I'm gonna give it 2 more tries.
Here we go. Here we go.
No, it's not going.
It's a good effort though. We can applaud. We can.
I can't do it.
Okay, if you voted, if you commented yes, she can break it. You gotta fucking share this podcast.
All right, Brandon.
Here we go. I'm giving it a try.
That was hard. If he breaks it, I'm gonna
It's already
shoot myself.
Yeah, she loosened it for you. Now you can't push.
Pushing
Yeah.
You're pushing your legs together.
All right. He's getting in the old vulnerable position. Never seen him like this.
That's high.
Ooh.
It's hard.
No, Brandon.
Right? It hurts.
It's way
Brandon.
No,
the
it
watermelon is too far like down. Yeah, yeah.
It hurts. It just hurts. My knee, it's slipping.
Oh. No.
I don't think this is possible, bro.
Should I give it a shot?
I actually, yes, you'll be able to do it.
I don't know. Dude, no, I have weak adductors. Bro.
No, I think you'll be able to. What are you doing? Okay, it's James's turn. We'll see.
All right, I'll commentate this time. That shit kind of hurt.
Why did the strongest legs go last?
Because you're the guest. We wanted you to try.
Yeah, and I failed.
No way, bro. This got some structural integrity to it.
Yeah, you picked up.
Here we go.
He's doing it. He's.
IFBB Pro Watermelon Breaker.
There is
No, go lower. Go lower. Go lower on like by your knees almost. That's where I felt it. Why are you turning it? Just go where it's already soft.
Come on, Jam. I'm counting on you here. It's like bending. It's almost like flat.
Dude, it's bending.
See, no, this shit is fake.
No, you guys.
This shit
no.
is 100% fake. When people do it online, it's got to be fake.
No, Julie has actually done it before.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's fucked.
I hear it.
We turned into watermelon juice on the inside.
Okay, try it. Okay, try it higher and then like.
Last try. You better give it your all, bro. This is for all the kings.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I heard the most crunching with my.
But that was because it was brand new. Now there's no more crunching to be done.
But
There's no more crunching to be done because you.
Not gonna toot my own
You've
horn.
already.
Try it higher, because I did some damage like that.
Come on.
There you go.
Come
There
on.
you go. Turn to the side.
Yeah, come on.
Turn to the side.
Yeah, PR.
Oh, is it going?
Oh,
You got.
ow, I got a cramp.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh my god.
There he goes.
Okay, well,
Dude, that was so close.
I guess none
None
of us are
working
are hard
worthy.
enough in the gym.
We're not worthy of the watermelon break.
I guess we're all just gonna go hit sumo deadlifts tomorrow.
Dude, we just started a trend. So many people are going to be trying this now.
That's been a trend.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That was way harder than it looked, and it was way more painful than it looked.
No, that shit hurt. All right.
I'm a little upset.
That wraps up that segment of can we fucking smash a watermelon?
And the answer is hell fucking no.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not possible. It has to be. Maybe it
Look,
has to be
I know.
one more try. One more try.
The competitiveness in us is like not letting us fail at
Come on.
Nope, my adductors are fucking fried now.
I bet. You know what I could do? I bet I could bicep curl it against my forehead and fucking smash it. I bet I can do that because that's where my strong suit is. My
Well,
biceps.
I've seen somebody like just do it right here. So they put the watermelon right here and they just smash it with their like
That was probably like
Their
a
lat?
fucking cantaloupe or some shit. No way.
that would be hard.
Watermelon is no chance.
Put me out.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm
hard.
getting old.
We looking good, Zach? Cool. Do you mind plugging it as well?
Should we stop and like
There's nothing
Reset?
to stop. There's nothing to stop. We're already.
oh okay.
We were gonna stop if the watermelon broke. I was planning on it. I was planning on you
I know, I'm sorry.
breaking
guys.
that
I'm a
shit.
fuck-
You let me down.
Yeah, I know. I let myself down. That was hard.
When I felt the watermelon, I was like, this doesn't seem possible. I think the people that do it just get like a really ripe watermelon. So it's
Yeah.
already soft.
I think it's broken before,
Freaking snakes.
but you can. I don't know. If you guys have ever broken one, let me know how to do it.
Yeah, for real. Give us some tips. I feel a little better
Bro, I'm
because
like gas.
you guys weren't able to do it.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, fuck.
So I feel a little better. Not gonna lie.
I mean, an IFBB Pro did not do it, so.
Dude, my adductors are fried.
And you got a cramp too.
I got such a bad ab cramp. Holy shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if I bruised from that. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you bruise easy?
I do for some
I
reason.
feel like every girl.
Yeah,
bruises
every
easy.
girl
Every
bruises
girl's
easy.
like, I bruise so easy.
Well, you know what? I think I have like an iron deficiency. and I
every
just-
every girl's anemic.
Yeah. So I think I just bruise easy.
Okay, but let's get into the actual podcast. Here we go. Gabby, it feels like you popped up out of nowhere. I want to, because I only met you, like probably 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, how you started. Like, how did you get into this realm of the industry?
That's such a tricky Sorry. Oh. That's such a tricky question because I have been doing it for a long time. There was one post that had just happened to take off for me, and then after that, it was like a snowball effect. It was like it was
Wait,
crazy.
like one singular post?
Yes, and that's a crazy story in itself. So I was going to the gym and I love photography. Like I was just posting my stuff. Like I had no motivation to do anything in the industry as far as like sponsorships or working out with a team for bodybuilding or anything like that. I was just working out and like taking content. And I remember I took this one picture and I posted it and my phone had broke that night. And I didn't have a phone for like 3 days. And I got a new phone, got on Instagram, and the picture had like over 10K likes. It was like, which is kind of a lot for where I was in the beginning. So I was like, dude, what's happening? And then I found out like I started researching like algorithm and like shit like that. So I was like, oh, I didn't have a phone. Instagram knew I wasn't on Instagram. So it starts pushing out your content because it wants you to come back to Instagram. So then after that, I was like, dude, I had like so many followers after that and a lot of push on my content. So I was like, oh, let me just freaking run it and see where it goes. So I just kind of was doing that. But I've been working out and posting pictures for a really long time.
So what was like the one post? Because did you hear that? Did you hear what she said? She said one post blew up like overnight.
Just one. It was a picture too.
What was it?
It was me leaning over a bench with my fucking traps. Of course it was that.
With your traps?
Yes, yeah.
So not even like...
I wasn't flexing. I wasn't working out.
What? Can you grab it for me?
What?
My phone is right next to you. Thank you.
So it wasn't even anything like...
It wasn't really anything special. I mean, I remember that night too. I was there at the gym at like 11 at night, and I was just snagged a quick picture.
And so her phone was broken for 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a movie.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like you posted a pic and then your phone's broken and you get your phone back and then fucking.
My Instagram was like blowing up.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck is this? And that was the first time it ever happened to me. And I was like, wow.
And so that was when you started.
Mm-hmm.
But what about.
When was that? When was that? When that picture blow up?
I think like last Thanksgiving.
So last
Oh,
November.
yeah. So it hasn't been that long.
No,
So
it has not.
what about like recently though? Because I know that you were, when I first met you were probably at like 50K maybe.
Yeah.
But now you're at 200, which is like 150K
Yeah.
in roughly 3 months or so.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that? I feel like maybe it was TikTok.
I think see, I'm not even that crazy on TikTok. I don't like doing videos that much. I'm so particular in my content, and I care so much about being a perfectionist as far as like pictures and videos. And I want people to like feel emotion through my content. That's like my main purpose, I feel like. So every post I have, I'm like overthinking it, and I overdo it, and I like overproduct things, and I know it pisses Zach off all the time. But I just try my best to put out quality content that nobody's ever seen before, or have different vibes with photos, or like as far as my sponsor posts, like I want those to look different so it can grab people's attention. So I feel like that's what sets me apart as far as like content creating.
Yeah, and obviously like your look, I don't think anyone
Yeah, I
else.
was going to say, and your
No,
quads.
Yeah, like your look.
That's so
by
crazy
itself.
to me too, that like people can recognize me or think of me about legs and put the 2 and 2 together, because I just started hitting legs maybe a year ago. Because I was very, very upper body dominant, and I was like, I didn't really care about legs. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm looking a little disproportionate. So I started like hammering legs.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
did you first start lifting? Like upper body, lower, anything?
Oh my God. Probably like, as far as bodybuilding and knowing how that world is, 2018.
So it's been like 4 years.
And before that, were you kind of just like fucking around doing cardio and stuff?
No, I was always an athlete. So I played volleyball all growing up, softball. And then I went to the Marine Corps, was very active. And that was like obviously very physically demanding.
Yeah.
And then after that, we were like doing like workouts there. They weren't really crazy anything with weights or anything.
Did
But
you
after
enlist?
that,
You enlisted?
yeah, I was in the Marine
Like
Corps.
after high school?
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, fuck college, I'm going to enlist in the Marine Corps.
Oh yeah, no, I never thought I would ever go to college.
Why's that?
I knew that at a young age. I hated school. I'm pretty sure I had ADHD. Like I just literally could not focus in class unless it was about a subject that I really cared about. So like history class, I liked that.
Yeah, I
class.
was the same way.
So like I paid attention in that class. But as far as anything else, like I was like, fuck this, I don't need school. And my parents were very like, they were kind of supportive about that because they didn't go to school. My dad was in the Marine Corps too.
Oh,
So
really?
and my brother.
So what was your plan when you were like, let's say 13, 14, 15, you didn't really give a shit about school?
No,
Did
I was
you
just playing
know-
sports.
Did you know you wanted to go into like the Marines after? Or
No.
did you not really have like a plan? You were just like, I'll figure something out.
I was just so focused on sports, and my dad was really hard on sports with me. And I had opportunities to go play sports after high school, but I knew that I was going to fuck off in college, and it wasn't going to make me happy. So I was just like, okay, well, even though I have like these scholarship opportunities to go play volleyball, I don't want to do it because I know I'm not going to like enjoy the school
The
aspect.
school part, yeah.
Yeah.
What was your MOS in the Marine Corps?
I was in 1171. I was in utilities.
I have no
I
So
was
you're
like
doing
an
a shit ton of
engineer.
like inventory and shit?
Yeah, but I didn't even really do my job. Like I was billeted out to do embark for my entire unit, which was 7th ESB, and that is the largest unit in the Marine Corps. So I was doing embark for different like field ops, deployments. I was in charge of all the equipment going out.
Were you ever like deployed or you stayed here?
I stayed here I was literally everywhere. But the last place I was at was in Camp Pendleton, California.
And how long did you do that for? Like how long in the Marine Corps?
Like
4 years?
3.5 years.
3 years?
What's MOS?
Like what your job
My
is?
job
Oh,
was-
okay.
Because I actually wanted to be in the Marine Corps. I went to a military college and I wanted to be an infantry officer.
That's amazing.
And then, but no, I didn't do it because I was like, this shit fucking sucks.
Well, no, looking back, if I would have redone anything about it, I would have been an officer for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. The money's there, and
The
like
money
there's
is
more
there.
long term, and
Yeah.
you just get treated better.
Yes. Enlisted is such a shit show. Like for me, I didn't like personally, I'm not shit talking the military at all. I have the utmost respect for the military. I'm all about it. My whole family was in the military. But for me personally, I just didn't have the best experience in the military. So
Wait, so why do people choose enlisting over becoming an officer?
Because enlisting's easier. You can just write your name on you can just sign your name and you can enlist, versus an officer, you either have to be in an ROTC program or you have to be a graduate. You have to
have a degree.
Or you can do like an ROTC program, which will like you do your college, but you're also doing ROTC classes.
You have to have just a college degree.
Yeah, and then
it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, but you have to apply to become an
okay.
officer. But unless you're in an ROTC, if you're on scholarship, then like the military's paying for you to get your degree, and then you become an officer, and then you get put into like the like higher up, whatever.
You wanted to be in the Marine Corps?
I wanted to be in the
Was there
Marine
any
Corps.
other branch that you wanted to be in?
No, it was only Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Because I was like super yacht. Like I wanted to do
Raw?
the
Love
fucking like grunt shit, whatever.
I just grew up around it. Like my dad grew up talking to me about it, and then my brother, he went in like 2 years before me. And honestly, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing when I was in high school. And he comes up to me and he's like, Gabby, I'm about to go to boot camp. Like I need your, what is it called? Your referral. He's like, I need your referral.
Yeah.
He's like, do you want to go in? Like, do you want to enlist? And I was like, sure. And I did it.
So when you said you had a bad experience, and I don't mean to offend you, but I know that with Marine girls, they like to call them like Wookiees or something like that.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
horrible.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. It's
What's
like
that?
It's
It's
essentially
just a slang that,
bro. Okay, so think about it. All enlisted Marines, like, and no offense to any of them, but I've been around them, and the majority of them, they're all just like hyped up frat boys. Like they think they're gonna fucking go to wherever and just like shoot people. And I don't mean to, like I said, I don't mean to offend anybody, but all the
It's
people
the
that I
truth,
have
though.
met, it's everybody just wants to like they think they're going, they're playing Call of Duty, and they're
kids.
Yeah,
They're kids.
it's a lot of kids, and they just like they want to fuck. They're horny kids, and they want to kill, and they think
Kill and
they
fuck.
want to drink, they want to get fucked up, and they want to get deployed. And honestly, a lot of the infantry people now are just kind of just like scrubbing. Infantry enlisted people are just like scrubbing toilets and like sweeping dust and stuff. Which
I have the most respect for infantry though. Like they were.
They work fucking hard.
Like
they get
compared
beat,
to a
they
pogue,
get beat, they get beat the shit out of. Like
they really do. They're like still hardcore. Like
100%.
the infantry is still hardcore,
100%.
and some other MOSs too. Like okay, so like a pogue is anybody besides infantry.
I think it's
personnel
people or
other than grunts.
Or I thought
So
it was,
infantry, dude, I do not know the fucking slang. Infantry is like boots on the ground, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So that's like there's 03 and then whatever like 0311 is like a rifleman. So like your standard infantryman who's gonna go around with a M16 or whatever it is, M4, and those are the
like
people
machine
that
gunners. There's
Yeah.
like a few different in infantry, but like
And on paper it sounds sick. Like on paper
It
it's like,
does.
do you mind moving that can to your left? Thank you. I didn't know if it was in the cam, but on paper it sounds sick as fuck. Like you're gonna go out there and you're like you're killing people. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, or you're just like carrying around a big ass gun and just
Right.
like being badass.
Right.
Yeah.
But
and they do that. They
Yeah.
really do. Like the shit that they have to do is actually insane, and it's like fucking mind fucking. But compared to everybody else in the Marine Corps, like we didn't do shit. Like it was shitty. And the way that females get treated in the military, it's sad, and nothing gets fixed. And I don't know if you guys ever heard about the Vanessa Guillen situation, but I was getting out of the Marine Corps right when that was going on. So at Fort Hood up north in Killeen, Texas, there was a soldier in the Army, and she got murdered by one of her superiors.
How?
Because she caught him, I don't know actually, but she like got him doing something, and he didn't want her to rat on him because he knew he would have gotten in trouble. So he like literally slaughtered her, and he cut her body up, and he put her in concrete, and he ditched her on the side of the road. And nothing, like they didn't even notice she was gone for like days. I know for a fact that shit would not have happened in the Marine Corps. And it makes me sad to think that, okay, well, the Marine Corps was bad. I don't even want to know how bad all these other branches are.
Uh-huh.
And it's
How'd
hard.
they
It was hard.
eventually find that guy?
Oh,
Like, how'd they figure it
they
out?
knew. She wasn't supposed to be at the armory that day, and he was. Like they knew he was there, and I guess like he called her in or something. I don't want to get the story wrong, but this is just from what I remember. And somebody had said that they hadn't heard from her. I think her mom Like, how are all these people in the military? You are with those people 24/7,
and they don't even.
You were supposed to be accounted for 24/7. I know it was like that in the Marine Corps because we had fucking formations every 20 minutes. Like that, I just know that shit wouldn't have happened over there. And I don't know how they did not notice she was gone, but shit like that happens, and nobody gets held accounted for. I know that they fought so fucking hard for her command to like have repercussions done to them, and they fought for that. Like, why would they need to fight for that? So it just
did anything end
hard.
up happening to the guy who did it?
Oh yeah, they were like on him, and he ended up killing himself with a gun.
Oh shit!
But
dope.
see, he wasn't supposed
good
to.
ending.
He was already on restriction, so that means that like he was already supposed to be staying on base, and somehow he got off of base, which I don't fucking understand how that happens. And then he had a gun with him, so like. I just don't get it. I don't understand how that shit happens, but it happens all the time. Also,
I do want to say that not every Marine, just backtracking a little bit, not every Marine is like how I said.
No.
But if I could like put the majority in one, it's just like a lot of frat guys, and you can imagine if 90, I would say what do you think is like 80-20 male to female?
What? No.
90-10?
Not even.
Male
to female?
Yeah.
It's like 2%.
Okay. So 98. Yeah. So you can imagine how like girls are treated, and all of these guys, like they're only with guys. So like, so girls get treated pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I've seen it firsthand.
It's like they don't take you seriously enough. Like they just kind of look.
But they're also, but it's also like you're an object though.
You're an object, and to them, and it's such like a male dominated environment that you are either a slut, or if you stick up for yourself and you actually are a badass, okay, well then you're a dyke. Like they separate the two. You're either a slut or you're a man woman, and it's just like they don't care.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but that's pretty much like, at least for me where I was, it was like all these like the girls, like the hardcore girls, like everyone would just call them like fucking dykes, or
they would
like,
get made fun of. Even
like
obviously I don't like females, but they would still be like, "Oh, Fortune, you're such a fucking," I don't even know. They would just say the stupidest shit.
You know, like dirt squirrels. Did they ever say that? Like they would call them like dirt squirrels.
I haven't heard that in so long.
Just weird fucking names.
What is that? Cool. I can't even figure out the
That's kind of cool that you know a lot of the slang.
Yeah, it's just like they're like,
it's
I don't
a different
even know,
world,
bro.
dude. The military is a different world. Yeah. And although that like there is a big sexual assault and harassment problem, I did have a good time. Like
it's like
it's like 50-50.
The way that I explain it is like I was never in the military. I was in military school. It's like the best experiences of your life, but also the worst experiences of your life. And so the most memories.
Yes.
The most memories that you have.
It's like the situations that you're put in are so shitty, but it makes you appreciate everything in life. Like you're sleeping on the ground in the fucking cold, and you're cleaning your room. Like, I don't know if you know, well, you know what field day is.
Yeah. And you just
it's just crazy. Yeah. Like the shit they make you do in the military, it's just like, you don't even realize, like civilians don't realize it.
And I can imagine it as a girl. I'm not gonna lie. Like that shit probably sucks.
It did.
Wait, move the mic kind of like
this.
Yeah, but just like angle it so it's more straight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. Wait, so I'm curious. She was surrounded by military her whole life, but to my knowledge, you didn't really have any military family.
Well, my dad was in the Army.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was.
That's cool. What'd your dad do?
He was an MP.
That's cool,
so
though. No, they're cool.
Fucking
no,
snitch.
I mean, they're cool.
Wait, what's that? What's that?
Military
police. So you're like a like you're a snitch.
Did he work with any of the dogs or anything like that? Like
no,
the canine units?
No. He wasn't canine. But he has a funny story though. He was driving a Jeep. Maybe I've said this once, but I'm gonna say it again because maybe I said it on an old podcast. But he was driving a Jeep, and the MP could do they can do whatever the fuck they want because they're the police, right? So it's like. It's pretty much how it is in the real world. So they can do whatever the fuck they want. And he was in a hospital, and he grabbed like a bunch of like promethazine, which is like lean.
Oh my god!
Like, he's like drinking lean, like driving this Jeep, and he
Holy
flipped.
Shit.
He's like driving.
Yo, can you say this? Are you incriminating?
I mean,
not even. He's out. He's fine.
Yeah. Y'all don't even know my dad's name, bro. So he's driving.
He's gonna go.
Yeah, he's driving, and he fucking he's in this Humvee, and he's off lean. And he hits his corner really hard, and he fucking rolls his Humvee, bro. Rolls the Humvee, and he just gets fucked up, and he just said that he crashed it, and he was all good.
They didn't do anything about it?
No, bro, because he's an MP, so it's like.
So they're just like,
Yeah.
I think the only shitty thing I've ever heard about MPs is that they have like shitty hours. That's about it. I heard it was a cool MOS.
But it's also like your only friends are MPs, because like if you're a cop, your only friends are cops.
Yeah.
Because no one else wants to be like friends with a cop. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
You don't wanna be,
Yeah.
like doing stuff with a cop.
Right. So
So
you're not like really like as a part of it as like other branches would be.
So it's almost like it's
Yeah, they're
it's like
kind of in their. They're just like infantry. They're kind of in their own world.
It's like Boy Scouts of like the Marine or whatever he was
They
in.
have a good job though on base. You know, like people still need to be like abiding the law. Like if you're driving on base or there's people stealing on base. Civilians live on base too. So like their MPs are in charge of those civilians.
Why? Wait. Why are they? Why
They're
are
married,
civilians
like
living on base?
the married couples.
So if
See,
you're married,
I don't know shit
so
about
when
this
you get
'cause
married,
in my head, when I think of military base, I think of like every single fucking person is basically following the rules. I don't think there would need to be like police. If anything, you would just need to be disciplined by a higher up.
see that's the
absolutely
thing.
not.
See that's the thing that you would think that everyone
like,
is
yeah,
so
You would
like
think that, but that
white
definitely doesn't
collar,
happen.
like everyone's with good
Because
manners.
the
But bro,
fucking consequences are so bad. They
But
like
all-
make you walk around for
but
2
bro,
hours.
there's bars, there's all these
Yeah.
things. So
But
like,
on literally just like a normal
but like
town.
base, like when I think of base, I think of like a fucking fortress,
okay, yeah,
bro.
okay. So base is
Why
like,
would there be a
it's
bar on base?
Base is a blanket term. So
Okay.
base is just like think of it as like a little city or a little town. So it's pretty big, and it's all just like that area is military base. Like it's-
Yeah,
so you're
it's-
allowed to go anywhere. So there's like regular people in regular houses there too.
No,
well, people
you have
it's
to be
husbands.
in the military.
So that's why a lot of people get married. So if you're in a relationship, a lot of people like to get married while they're in the military because then that gives you extra, what would you call it, like extra privilege, right? Is it what?
You were you in the military?
No.
Yeah, no. People fucking get married all the time because they get paid
Yeah.
more, and then they're able to move out of the barracks.
Exactly.
Oh,
So the
okay.
barracks is like terrible, like dorms, little
Right,
like
right,
as
right,
big as
right,
this
right,
shit.
right.
But then when you marry somebody, then you can move out, and then you're on base and you like start a family, and that's why all this
So,
like
so just to be clear, is this little mini city built specifically for the military? Like that's the only point of it is just like military.
There may be
guess.
bases like that. There may be, but like there might have been. Well, I don't even know.
I have no idea, to be honest.
That's a great question.
I'm
So
sure
what
there-
I'm saying
I'm
is
sure
like,
there are like
do
towns.
they situate a military base in a pre-existing city, or do they
They're
situate
all
a military
old.
base?
Like these bases, they all have been around for years. Like
right?
before this.
Think about it like okay, so
Civilization.
think about it like our
Then
think
why
about it
wouldn't
like
there
our
be, like-
neighborhood. Think about it like our neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
I just leaked our fucking neighborhood.
Bro, no, we were not leaking our neighborhood. I'm fucking
Blur that out.
Wait, what? 3301.
Yeah. So think about our neighborhood, right? And we've got like everyone's little house. It's pretty big, right? But then you've got stores and restaurants and bars or whatever. But everybody is under the same neighborhood. So we're all under like we're all on the base, if that makes sense. So our neighborhood's a base, but then there's bars, grocery stores, whatever you need. So you can imagine
Dude, I
if
feel
you're
retarded right now.
So if you can imagine like
Think of a city.
Like, no, my question is, why the fuck would they build a bar in a military base if it's
Because they
controlled by
want
the
it-
military?
because
Like-
bro, people
It's-
want to drink, people want to get fucked up.
Yeah, but if you enlist in the army, aren't you technically saying like I'm willing to sacrifice all this shit to be
Bro.
like a good little soldier?
dude, these guys they're
Are you
listening. They're
kidding
enlisting
me?
in the army. They're becoming alcoholics, bro. Like that's what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, but why would the military enable that by allowing bars?
Because-
because that's
Okay,
fucking
well,
US of fucking A, baby. Like, that's what it is, bro.
They still need to make these people feel like they're human beings.
Yes.
Okay.
Respect to all my
And-
veterans. Respect to everyone in the military, and respect to all my
Yeah.
veterans out
So
there.
like, okay, so when you're not on deployment or when you're not on a field op,
Mm-hmm.
you're obviously in garrison, which means that you're just in the States.
You're just chilling.
You're just chilling.
Yeah.
So that's base. So they need to make it feel homey. They
Oh,
need to,
okay.
but also you can go off of base. Like you can go out in town. It's just
For
there.
how long?
There's like
However
there's
long
certain
you want. It depends. Like if you're in the fleet, you can do whatever the fuck you want if you're not on work, if you're not at work. But if you're like in training, if you're like if you're a boot, like they don't
Mm-hmm.
really have cars or anything, so they have to stay on base.
But are they allowed? Like, if you're in boot camp, can you go to a
No,
bar?
fuck no.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So
no,
that's where they
absolutely
restrict
not.
you.
Yes.
Is like what?
The first like year or like the first year you're very very restricted. Then
Mm.
you go to the fleet, and that's when you kind of get a little bit more freedom to do whatever
Mm-hmm.
you want.
Okay. So once you make it past like all the initial shit,
Yes.
they're like, they give you more freedom.
Yes.
Okay.
And so imagine this: there's these bars here, and there's girls. They go to the bar like specifically because they want to like get with like a military, somebody in like the military. Because
And these are just
That's
civilian
off
girls.
base.
Yeah.
That's off base.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, okay.
civilians
So-
can't come
so-
on base.
That's what I was gonna ask.
So
Yeah.
then they lure in these like horny like military personnel.
Yeah.
And then they like start a family, and that's how you get like the what's it called where they write
BAH.
what's it called where they write the letter, or like not the letter, but like when they cheat on them, when the girls cheat on them, when the guys like fucking on tour.
Susan, I don't fucking
Like
know.
Dear John,
Oh,
is that
Dear
what?
John,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you get like a Dear John. You've heard that. There's a movie about it where like no, like
totally, bro.
the girl, like the girls
It
will,
happens often.
yeah, like the girls will cheat on them because they're not really in love. They kind of just like they got into the marriage because of the guy proposing to her and because of the benefits
These
that you
kids,
get.
they're
So
kids.
you get like good benefits, like
Yeah.
if you're in a
Yes,
military
you get more
marriage.
benefits if you're married. These kids are going into the military young. They're fucking 17, 18 years old, right? They're lonely. They go to boot camp. They're lonely. They go to a city and a state that they don't fucking know, and they're lonely. They go out in town. They find a girl that has nothing, and they fall in love, and then they get married because they make more money that way, and she has a little bit of security that way. So then these kids get married. He goes off on deployment. She cheats always. They don't know each other. They just met. So they're always cheating on each
Yeah,
other.
like they're getting married within like 6 months, bro. Like
No, not even. I promise you, not even.
not even 6 months. There we go.
I promise. It's pretty bad. The divorce rate in the military is actually ridiculous.
It's literally like
It's a whole different-
other
That's what I'm
reality.
saying.
No, I was
It's a
about
total-
to say this just feels like a different life.
No,
Yeah,
it is. Like
like-
civilians don't understand. It's kind of stupid.
Damn, I just got called a civilian.
Yeah, that's what you are.
I'm
I'm a
also
civilian.
You
I'm
guys
a
are
civilian.
you guys are different.
No, I'm
I feel
also a
left out.
civilian.
Dude, I was in toy military, like toy soldiers, bro.
I'm a civilian now. That's all that matters.
You good over there?
Do you know anyone that like went to the Citadel? Because that's where I went to school.
Where?
The Citadel.
Where's
it's
that?
like a military college in South Carolina, Charleston.
I was in South Carolina. I was stationed over there.
And you didn't know anyone from the Citadel?
Mm.
Honestly, they don't really like to boast about it because it's kind of like a nerdy thing.
No, I
Like they kind of catch a lot of shit
Wait, why?
if you go to
How's
Citadel
it
because
nerdy?
it's almost like if you go into the Citadel, if you're from South Carolina, you go into the Citadel and then there's already like a label put on you, if that makes sense.
Right, but why? Like, what's bad about going into?
I
the
don't know.
military
I mean,
school?
I don't know. It's just like
Is it a
how it's
private
been
school?
for. It's like it's a college. It was like a private school. And people like you have a really good shot of becoming an officer. So a lot of like the enlisted guys they didn't care about those because it's almost like I don't want to say it's the easy route because it's not the easy route, but it's like the sure way.
And you don't have to go through all this shit if you become an officer, right?
Yeah, but you kind of go through this shit
They
when
have
you're
their own separate
In
boot
military
camp.
school.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of go through the shit in military school, and then you go into your own like officer's
But then the
course.
guys who went right into the military coming out of high school kind of are like they had it harder than you almost.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
So they're,
All right.
but technically they have to respect you because they're higher rank. So it's like,
Officers are iffy.
yeah. So it's almost like why do I even have to respect this guy because
Because
he went to school?
The enlisted, they've been in for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you get an officer, if you get like
He's fresh out of college.
that's fresh out of college and he's telling you what to do, it kind of pisses you off because
Yeah.
you're like, okay, dude, this is like my 20th field op and you don't even know how to fucking run a compass right now and you're trying to tell me where the fuck to go.
Yeah.
Like you're a fucking idiot. Like
Wait, so let's like if you're I don't know, I don't remember the ranks, but if you're what's like the first officer rank in the Marine Corps? Is it second lieutenant?
yes.
So if
Second, first.
so if you're a first or second lieutenant, but then you have like a
Yeah, you're a butter bars. That's
if you're
what they call
butter
you.
bars because it's 2 gold bars on your chest or like whatever your uniform you're wearing. So if you're a second lieutenant, but like there's a sergeant major who, let's say sergeant major has been in the military.
Dude, there's
for like,
so much slang. It
So
literally is
sergeant-
its own little fucking reality.
So like sergeant major is like that's an enlisted, but that's like being an enlisted for like that's an NCO, so it's a non-commissioned officer. So technically you're an officer, but you're not. You were never went to
They've
school.
Been in for a long
Yeah, they've
ass
been
time.
in for a long ass time. But wouldn't a second lieutenant outrank a sergeant major?
It's just like two different worlds. There's officers and then there's enlisted. But you can also be enlisted for a while and then eventually go officer. All you would need to do is like go to school, OCS school, which is kind of like a boot camp again. They just need to do that.
Damn.
So those are called Mustangs when you are enlisted and you.
It's a fucking name for everything,
No,
dude.
Yeah, there really is.
Bro, we
And
got
acronyms.
dirt squirrels, fucking.
butter
bro?
bars, a boot. Like there's so much slang. Like it's funny, but it's
When you
a whole
guys
different
first started
world.
this conversation, it was like you were speaking in fucking Hebrew to each other. I was like, all right, what's going on right
It's
now?
cool though because I there's not a lot of people in the fitness industry that are veterans. So like it's cool. Like, you know, something funny is that I was actually, what's his name? Jack?
Jack West.
We were in the same unit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. That's fucking dope.
And it's so funny because he was in the building next to me, and
at the same time?
Yeah, we were in the same
Damn. That's
and
crazy.
I remember seeing him, and he was a lot smaller back then, but all of my friends were like good friends with him. But I just remember going through his building one time and like seeing him. And then now like we're obviously doing the same thing, and I was like, wait a second. I saw all my military friends following him.
Yeah,
and I was like, wait a second.
I know.
And then I like went back and like looked at his pictures, and I was like, oh my God, that is that freaking asshole that was in the same building. Or
was he an asshole?
Unit.
I would have thought, bro.
I'm just kidding.
I would have thought he would have been like fucking infantry. Like, what is
I don't know what was it. I
thought
don't
it
know.
would have been like heavy gunner or some shit.
Like what are those guys who carry around the fucking like shells and they shoot them off like the mortar?
What, artillery?
Yeah, artillery. I thought
whatever the most badass
that guy's
position
fucking
is.
huge.
Yeah,
No,
whatever the most badass position in the fucking
imagine
military
like
is.
carrying around like 40 pounds of ammunition every day and just like loading up.
That's Jack
like,
West, right
That's what I
there.
thought. He was like artillery. Like
No,
shit,
he was
fucking-
definitely one of the bigger guys in our units. Like I remember
Was he
him now.
lifting back then? Was he like? Was
I
he
think
buff?
so. I don't really remember. I just remember him seeing him that one time. But then he had posted one time a picture, a throwback picture of our unit, and I was like, dude, that was my fucking first sergeant. Like what? And I was literally on that hike.
Wait, so do they like? Is there any segregation of like men and women in like barracks or anything like that, or are you just all thrown in together?
I think we're on different floors,
Okay,
but that doesn't matter. The shit still goes on. Like
really?
Yeah.
So when does it? When does it happen then? Like when do you guys like intermingle? Where like, it's a big word.
like what do
you
you
still
mean?
see each
Like-
other.
like
yeah,
where?
you
Like
still
how?
see
Still
each
like,
other.
bro,
It's just like
imagine,
work.
bro, imagine you and I are like standing. I'm a female and you're a male, and like we're standing next to each other, like just doing whatever the fuck we're doing.
Bro, you guys have to remember, I am militarily
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
retarded.
That's what I'm
Like,
trying to say.
I have no idea.
That's what I'm
about
trying to
any
say.
of
Is like you're just standing there. You're like we're both like just doing our thing, but like no homo. I think you're cute, and you think I'm cute, and there's still like there's still emotions out in the military, so there's still like sexual tension that builds up.
You
Yeah.
can
I'm
do
saying?
whatever.
But if
So,
you
like-
guys like you sleep on different floors or whatever.
But you are allowed to do whatever you want. So if a girl wants to go down to the second floor, she can.
Yeah.
uh,
We're in my school. It was like
wait, is there
you
is there
can't-
any repercussions
But
if
in
you
boot
like if
camp-
you're like fucking another like if like a male that's like enlisted is like sleeping
It's
around
frat,
with a
right?
female?
Fraternization.
Yeah, but there's also a charge that you can get if like a higher up was talking to like a corporal.
But that
Wait,
happens.
but, so
but that
is there any
happens-
repression if you're on the same like
I don't
same-
think so. I don't know.
Same
level?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Like as far as rank, I don't think so. But the one thing that they don't like is when people hook up in the same companies or units. They don't like that.
why?
It's just, it's kind of drama.
You don't shit where you
Coworkers?
sleep. You don't shit where you sleep. It's the
Professionalism.
same
Yeah.
shit. Like imagine like you're in a job, you're in a day job. You don't want to work on. You don't want to like. Like your boss probably doesn't want you fucking like your coworker who's
Yeah.
like direct like working on the same project with
I
you.
think if you like talk to, I think I had a friend though. She like just talked to one of our higher ups and was like, "Hey, like I really like this guy. If we get married, like, can you guys just like separate us?" And they did it.
Damn. They got married?
I don't know. I can't remember. Probably it's military.
Yeah.
Everybody gets fucking married in the military.
Dude, this shit's wild.
So that was
I'm
3.5
getting a whole
years.
school lesson
That was
out here.
3.5 years of your life. Is that where you like fell in love with like fitness or?
No, because I grew up playing sports. I was always active. Like I remember playing softball. Like that was like one of my first memories.
Damn.
Softball.
Softball, and then I switched over to volleyball when I was in middle school because my dad.
And
was
you're straight
so-
like throughout this whole time.
What?
Like you know how like
You gay?
you know how when like a lot of
Oh,
no,
so that is
let me-
what you meant.
yeah
Yes.
no that is what I meant.
Yes, 100%.
So you've always been straight, which is like a serious question. I'm being totally like a 100%
Bro, you need
serious.
to
Yes.
catch me up on what it is you're referring to.
No, like
Straight,
softball. Like a lot of like lesbian girls are like they're lesbian.
I'm quite
they're gay.
unaware of this.
Yes.
Well, I feel like that's like. Can you attest?
Okay. Yes. No. I
Okay,
understand
thank
what
you.
you're
Thank
saying.
you.
and
See, I'm
yes,
not being-
I have
I'm
been
not
No,
being
I
on a
didn't think you were
100%.
crazy. I just didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, that like if you like
That's a
softball, a
stigma.
lot
I
of
thought
sports.
straight was more
That's
military
definitely a
slang.
stereotype. I apologize if I offended anybody, but
No, yes, I was. But my dad was so hard on me playing softball. He was like my coach and he was super hard. So like when I got to middle school, I was like, dude, I want to do a different sport. So that's when I hopped into volleyball. And it was a challenge. Like that's what's so crazy is that I noticed myself challenge myself at that young of an age. I was like, dude, I want to play volleyball and I want to be the best at volleyball. And I ended up being really good, but I had only started like 2 years before I got to high school. And at that point, I was going to a Class A school. So I was like, oh, sports are a big deal.
So do you think that has affected how you are now?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But have you ever competed in like bodybuilding or anything like that?
No.
So where do you get that?
Wait, why?
Yeah, where do you get that
And
itch?
do you have any like plans to compete? Because like it got to the point with me, because I was kind of the same way. I did gymnastics since I was 4 up until I was 12 or 13. And
That's so cool.
Thanks. Thanks. Some people think it's gay. Some
No,
people think
it's
it's
not.
cool.
Faggot.
Yeah,
No.
I'm kind of a fag, but it was really
Dude,
hard.
no,
It was I think gymnastics, I wouldn't consider it a sport. Some people think it's like, some people would call it a sport. I would say it's like a skill. Like I wouldn't call
That's a good way to put
I
it.
wouldn't call jujitsu a sport. I would call it a skill.
But if
I
you have
think-
to win, it's a competition.
Sure.
If there's a winner,
so
and a loser,
if you
there's a
want,
competition.
if you want to call it a sport, and I know people are gonna fucking hate this and disagree with it, but I think gymnastics is the hardest sport you can do, because if you want to be really good, it is fucking insane. Like
No, I believe you, yeah.
the
I believe you.
Lots of
conditioning,
skill set.
athleticism, and flexibility, and that's the whole reason I got started lifting, was because once I quit gymnastics, I had to quit because I was getting injured so much, and my parents were like, "You're done," because it's so strenuous. And I had this fucking old Greek coach. He was this big, like, properly Greek guy, had the accent and everything, had this big gold ring on his finger. And if you were on rings and you didn't point your toes, he would like backhand the fuck out of your
Damn.
toes. So, dude, it was brutal. And
Those are the best coaches, though.
yeah,
the
no, he got
meanest
me
ones.
really good
Yeah.
at gymnastics, but I was getting injured a lot. So my parents didn't want me to get fucked up. But then I just had this, I was doing gymnastics for like 4 hours every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, what do I do now that I quit? So
That right there.
I started like,
That right
I was
there.
like skateboarding, scootering, BMX, like on a bike. Like I was doing a bunch of shit that my friends did, but none of it was super fulfilling. It was fun, but it wasn't like strenuous. And then one day I went to the gym with my mom, and you know, that's how I got started.
Yeah.
But
Volleyball just consumed my life for so long. Literally, I did not have an off season. I was either in school ball or I was in travel. So I was just 24/7 playing sports. And I knew when I graduated that, okay, if I didn't go on and play volleyball, like what the hell was I going to do for the rest of my life? I was like, I did not want to sit. My biggest fear was sitting behind a desk. I didn't want to do it. Physically, I'm a freaking athlete. I need to move. I need to push myself.
and when you do something that's like super physically exhausting every day, because you're practicing basically every day,
literally,
and then you quit for whatever reason, there is like a void in your life.
There is.
Like, it's just like, what the fuck do I even do? Because
No,
you want to
yeah.
like if you have that competitive spirit, you want to like physically exert yourself, but you don't even know what to do. So then
Yeah.
the gym is just kind of like naturally what falls into your lap.
Mm-hmm.
But with me, it was like, I just kept getting bigger and stronger. I did powerlifting at first, and I was like super into that. Went to nationals, then went to worlds, and then I kind of transitioned into bodybuilding, and then I started on gear. And then I just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually it got to the point where I was so like, I'm not fucking massive or anything, but I'm pretty big. And I got to the point where it was like, why don't you compete? Like, and I was asking myself that question too. I was like, why am I even getting bigger right now? I'm at that point where
what age did you start gymnastics?
4.
God,
Holy
that's
shit.
crazy.
Yeah.
And you stopped when? Like
12 or 13, I can't remember.
So you can almost tell athletes like in a group of at the gym, because for you, I can tell that you have a lot of muscle maturity, and I feel like that's the same with me.
that's the number one thing that I've always heard that since I was like 17 or 18.
You can see it.
Yeah, people have said like, you look like you have the muscle maturity of a 30-year-old, but you're like
Yes.
18.
And
Which I
that's-
didn't really know what that even meant at the time, but I kind of get it now. It's just like density.
It's just density, like
Yeah.
the mass that like athletes have when they start at such a young age. And I was lifting weights and doing like more Olympic style training because of like volleyball. They wanted us to do a lot of like squat jumps and shit like that. But we were like lifting weights. We were doing hang cleans. Like my maxes in high school, oh my God, I was like smoking what I can do now. And I was lifting weights since high school. So I have like a really strong background
Right.
of it. And I just feel like that set me up for success as far as like
Definitely.
bodybuilding. But
100%, because I mean, you've seen like, if you've ever watched the like Olympics or anything like that, you've seen some of the feats of strength you have to do in gymnastics, and the carryover to the gym was just like very obvious. Because I
easy.
think the first time I went into Hard Knocks, I'd been training at Planet Fitness for like 2 months, and then I'm like, you know what, I want to go to like a better gym. And the first time I went in, I benched 185. And the second time I went in, I benched 205.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people have to train like at least a year probably to like bench that. So all like my strength and everything was pretty fucking good. And it just kind of it just like linearly went up.
Mm-hmm.
So for me competing, to get back to the point, was like, I got to the point where I was bigger than a lot of people that I knew competed.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, I might as well fuck around.
Yeah.
And then it was a great decision.
I
Which is funny
would
because
love
when
to
I
feel
was
like that.
when I was like 19 or 20, I'm 22 right now, but when I was like 19 or 20, I was like, I'm probably never going to compete in bodybuilding because I just don't want to get up there in a Speedo and like pose around, which is such a basic way of looking at it. And then actually doing a prep and competing was so much fucking fun, and it like tested my character.
It definitely does. Like and I tell this to Kendall and Julia all the time. Like bodybuilding is such an extreme sport. It's literally like nothing else. So when you push yourself to that limit, you're just like, dude, I'm a superhuman. That's why it becomes so addicting, is because you're just like, you see yourself at your peak and you're like, I want to keep going. I want to do this again.
Right. But
something
me and Brandon talked about was, once you get to that point, once you compete, and if you do well, especially, it's very easy to fall into the trap of like, you cancel out everything else in your life, because if you have that competitive spirit, you become so honed in on like, oh my God, I've got to win again. I've got to do a show next year. And then I've got to go here. And then I've got to go here. And it just overcomes your whole life. But then you become one dimensional. So we had a whole conversation about that on one of our podcasts, where it's like, I think it was the podcast we did with Josh, where some people will just become pretty unidimensional because they just fall into that kind of trap of like, fitness is my whole character, my whole personality.
And that's exactly why I can't do that. In my position in life right now, like, I'm a single mom. I can't. And people ask me that all the time. They're like, why don't you compete? Like, you could go so far in it. Like, you're still really young. Like, you could do it. You could do it. But I have such a competitive spirit. I would want to go pro literally in one show. And my goal, I'm not stepping on stage just to compete. I'm stepping on stage to go to the Olympia.
Literally what I fucking said when I first started competing.
It's not in me. Like, I know I would do whatever it takes to fucking go to the Olympia and be in the top 3 in the first year.
You're going to end up competing.
But I can't do it. I have a daughter, Gabby, and I'm telling you,
Here's what happened with me.
It's not in the cards for me right now.
No, it went from I will never step on stage because like Speedo, gay, whatever. Then it turned into I will never step on stage until I know for a fact that I can win, and that's not for years down the line. And then it turned into, you know what, I could probably step on stage and win a local show, but not my pro card. And then I ended up competing and getting my pro card.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm that way.
But I do have that competitive spirit that you talked about, and as long as you're aware of like, this can't become my whole life, you're fine. It's the people who aren't aware of that, or they don't understand why that's a bad thing. Yeah. That's where it turns into a problem. But with me, I'm like, all right, like, as soon as I finished my show, as soon as I got my card, the first thing I thought of was, all right, what's my next show? Yeah. Because then I got to go to fucking Olympia. Yeah. And then I'm like, all right, James, fucking relax. Mm-hmm. Like, go to the club a little bit with Brandon. Like, live your life. Travel a bit. Like, don't worry about tracking your macros. You're still human.
That's good.
So
good for
I
you.
think
That's awesome, because a lot of people get lost in it.
I think if you did the same thing, you'd be fine. I think as long as you're aware of it.
This sounds really crazy, but another big reason why I don't want to compete yet is because I want to get a breast augmentation if I did decide to compete. Because no matter what anybody says, I'm looking at Olympia, right? Mm-hmm. Those girls all have the full package. I do not have the full package right now, and I do not want to step on stage.
Wait, that's just like fake tits, right?
Without the full package. And when you get to the pro level, that's if I got pro without them, and I stepped on a pro stage without them as well, and I lost to a girl that did have them, and that was the only thing that fucking separated us apart, that would tear me apart. I would be like, dude, what the fuck? And it happens. It literally happens. I don't care what anybody says, it happens.
Yeah, so when you get that lean, you lose all your like breast tissue.
There's some girls, but I'm pretty sure there was one Mrs. Olympia. It was like relatively recent, that maybe she just had naturally like huge tits, but she didn't have breast augmentation.
Yo, shout out that girl.
But
that's a real. She kept it real.
What was I gonna say? I lost my train of
thought. I was gonna say the full package.
That was like me with my gyno though. I was like, I've got a little bit of gyno. I don't want to step on stage till I get it cut out. And then I was like, it's like waiting for Godot. I was like, what? I'm I just need to step on stage at this point.
I'm just such a perfectionist, and I know that I'm so hard on myself. I have this fear and I have a lot of pressure to win that if I didn't win, I would crumble. I would literally crumble. And that sounds really bad, and people shouldn't treat themselves that way and be that hard on themselves, but I am. And that's why I am. That's why I am where I'm at, is because I'm so fucking hard on myself.
It reminds me of Anthony Mantello, because Anthony holds himself to such a high standard, and he's only 20. He's only 20, and he placed third at fucking nationals.
Yeah.
But he was like crying afterwards because to him, third was last place. Like,
same. I don't want to be.
Because he either wanted second or first. That gets your pro card. And I think he would have been just as happy with second as first. Like, he just wanted his pro card. That's been his goal this whole time. So he couldn't even look, which I completely empathize with. He couldn't even look at that as an accomplishment, being third place at nationals at 20 years old. Because to him, that didn't matter. He was just like, well, I didn't get my card, so I failed.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same way though. Like that's just like a champion mentality.
Right. I was gonna say, I think everyone who does really well has that same mentality, but I don't think that's a good reason not to do it. I'm not trying to pressure you into competing, but I think like it should be in the cards at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If I did it within the next couple years, I would maybe have a chance. But there's so many people doing bodybuilding now that like all these young bucks are coming in and they're like stealing the show. And like a lot of people in your class and generation of like your bodybuilding, you guys are the next faces of the Olympia. You guys have to realize that. Like these old timers, I'm 23. I'm about to turn 24.
Bro, you're acting
like,
you're acting like
how old
you're
is she?
fucking
Wait,
35 years old.
But I
She's
would
acting like she's fucking
but
young
I
buck.
want to be
Yeah.
the young
Like,
buck.
bro,
But
am I old?
You're 1 year older than both of us.
No,
We're both
but
22.
I want to be the young buck. I want to be the one that comes in there and be like, who the fuck is this
Okay,
bitch?
that's already passed. So
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
off the
get
table.
over
That's
that.
off the table.
You gotta fucking get over that.
Exactly.
Grab your balls by the fucking
I don't
sack
know.
and just do it, bro. Like you just gotta fucking do it.
Yeah, I don't know. And that too, and I was always on the fence on what category to do because I would love to be in wellness. I think wellness girls are really pretty.
You do really well in wellness.
I would love wellness, but I also love figure. I love figure. I think those girls are absolutely beautiful, and that muscle mass and the beauty that they hold on stage with their stage presence is so pretty to me. But the one thing about figure is that I know I can get that big and I know I can look like that, but
I don't want to.
But when I lay it down in bed at night, would I really want to be that big?
Yeah, and that's exactly what I thought. There was some guy, Nick Trilogy, I think.
Yeah.
He made a video on me after I got my pro card, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, he looks good for classic, but I think he'd look even better for open bodybuilding. And he's like, so James, if you're watching this, I think you should, take a few years, hunker down, put on that mass. I think you'd do really well. And it's like, yeah, I agree. I probably would do really well, but I don't want to look like that.
People don't
I don't
realize
want to be that big.
how much older those open class bodybuilders are.
Because they have to take 10 years to put on the muscle
big.
mass.
Yeah, right. Start off in classic, and then in the future, like if you want to switch over, switch over.
I don't think I'm ever going to want to switch.
But
I don't ever
Nick
want to
Walker.
be that big.
Like, look at Nick Walker. He is so fucking young. I don't even know how he is that big because
how old
he
is
is so
Nick?
young. He's like 24, 25,
I think he's
26.
Oh my god.
Well, there's a big difference between 24.
Yo, shout out to Nick Walker because he's a young LA athlete. So like, Godspeed. But bro looks like disgusting.
No, he's so
Personally,
big. I have no idea how he's that big.
20. He's 27 years old.
Oh, sorry.
That's still fucked.
Shit.
That's
Sorry,
still
Nick.
fucked. He's massive.
But he is a younger open class bodybuilder that I have no idea how he's that big. Like,
well, I think they call him a mutant, right?
Yeah.
Nick the mutant Walker.
he morphed.
He
and
morphed
and he's
from
still
gear.
growing. Like he's still growing. Literally, what was his last show? No.
I'm not exactly sure, but
Between this last show and what he looks like recently, he had a side by side, and I was like, dude, how is this kid still growing? It's actually insane.
Bro, he was at your show, the Houston show.
I saw him. I think I said,
and
I said hi to him. I didn't even introduce myself. If someone clips this and sends it to him, that was me. But I was walking into the bathroom. I was competing, and he walked out, and I literally went, Nick Walker, I'm James. And I shook his hand. He's like, oh, hey, what's up, bro? And he was nice. And then I just like walked into the bathroom because I was about to get on stage. But I was like, damn, I wish I could talk to that guy.
Did you ever feel like you were in a position where you couldn't really like choose in between classes?
No, I always yeah, I mean, since I decided that I wanted to compete, I was like, classic is sick. For a little bit, I thought I would never want to be as big as C-Bum, But now I'm like, okay, I would be cool with being that big, but definitely no bigger. And I don't think that view's ever going to change because for as long as I can remember, I've always admired the open guys, the guys in open bodybuilding, but I've always thought they look freakish. So I've admired them from like a holy shit.
Damn, that guy's big as fuck.
Yeah, holy shit, you look fucking insane. But it's never been like, wow, I aspire to look like you. But when Chris Bumstead hits poses, I'm like, wow, I aspire to look like that.
So aesthetic. I think a lot of people just need to remember, if they do want to dabble in bodybuilding and competing, is that do the class that you will genetically just prosper in. A lot of people are like really focused on like the small, this is just an example for like a smaller girl. They're like, okay, I really want to do wellness. And then they want to do a show after 1 year of training. Well, it doesn't really work like that. Like if you want to do bodybuilding, take your body and like grow with your body and see where you are genetically, and then do the class that genetically you are blessed in. So like for me, I feel like genetically I am supposed to do figure. It takes a lot of fucking work, and it has taken a lot of work to grow my legs to the size that they are now, and I still do not feel like I'm anything close to being ready to wellness. So like these people, a lot of athletes want to.
I don't know about that, G.
No, I'm dead serious for the Olympia stage, and that's my only goal.
Sure, but you have to think.
I'm not thinking about a local.
I don't know
show.
what's the difference between figure and like wellness. And
Wait,
all that
are there weight caps in wellness?
Height. Yeah, height.
So for each height, there's a certain weight cap, right?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I think it's just height.
For classic,
it's weight.
For each height, there's a certain weight that you can be at. But for NPC, you need to get your pro card first in an NPC show.
Take a piss real quick.
All right. You need to get your pro. Should we pause? You want to pause? We'll pause. All right.
2 seconds. Okay, we're back. What were we saying? Sorry, dude. I had to take a piss.
I tried to make a mental note. Oh, yeah. For NPC, for classic at least, you can't get to Olympia size because the NPC weight limit is like 7 to 12 pounds lighter, depending on how tall you are, than the IFBB weight limit. Okay. So you can only get so heavy before you're a pro. Then once you get your pro card, you essentially have to get heavier to be able to compete on the same stage as other pros.
Got you.
But with wellness, it's different.
Yeah. I just feel like right now I don't look at local shows. I'm not even thinking about my first show. I'm not.
You have to though, because you need to compete at one in order to qualify for.
But she's not even trying to compete
but
though.
My
is what
goal,
she's saying.
like I'm saying, my goal physique to step on stage is that I want to look like an Olympian. I do not want there to be any chance that I want people to look at me and be like, yeah, she's winning. She's the overall. That's what I want. I don't want there to be any chance.
At Olympia?
No. I mean, yeah, but
at
like
a local
at
show.
my very first show, I want them to be like, yeah,
you're there. You're there.
I don't. I know that I'm not. That's the thing.
Well,
if
for what
I
division?
If I shredded down right now for wellness, I think I would want to do wellness. If I shredded down right now, I would not have any size. I promise you. I'm not big enough.
Take a little Anavar, you'll be good. I promise.
I promise you, I'm not. I promise.
I'm gonna go take a look at your account right now.
I swear, I definitely need more outer swoop on my quad. I need way more glute, because they're focusing a lot on glute right now. And they're even backtracking.
You're
girls.
already lean though.
They're already backtracking girls for like too big of calves. They want them
less calves,
a little. Yeah. But wellness is such a new category. I feel like each show is different on what the judges actually want. So one show you'll see a girl with really big, like quad dominant girls do good and they're winning the overalls. And then at another show, it'll be a girl with larger glutes. So that's what's tricky about wellness right now, is that they don't even know what they want. The judges don't even know what they want right now. So like, it's just kind of iffy. Wellness is like a really sketchy category to be in right now. Because some shows they're rewarding a girl with a softer look, and then some shows they're rewarding girls that are completely shredded, could be figure.
Know what this reminds me of? When I was unsure that I would do well on my first local show. This is literally what it reminds me of. And you were like, James, you're smoking crack, bro. You're gonna fucking win. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, you never know who's gonna show up.
Some people are just like super hard on themselves, and that's how I feel. I honestly feel like if I lost, I would fucking hide under my bed.
So what are you doing like right now? Like, are you happy with what you're doing? Like, you're just posting on Instagram, whatever, just doing your content.
That's the fun thing is that like you can be a body. Obviously I don't consider myself like a freaking bodybuilder, but like I bodybuild and I'm pretty lean, not pretty lean, but I'm leaner and I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun training. I'm not on a diet that I'm restricting myself. Like I'm out, I'm drinking, like I can have fun and like still look good. I'm hard on myself. I am. I'm very like I eat clean, but I'm also
what's your
having
diet
fun. Literally, what bodybuilders eat. But like
what do you mean? You're
me
not...
and my friends and like me and Josh, we go out to eat. Like we still have fun. We eat sushi.
So you have some cheat meals.
Yeah.
But besides that, you have like pretty clean.
Yeah. Right now, I'm pretty inconsistent.
But she's not like anal or Nazi about it.
Right.
No. Yeah. I'm not like if I miss a meal, I'm gonna shoot myself. Like.
Right.
Have you trained today?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I've been
there you
really
go.
busy.
Like,
yeah,
if she was a fucking bodybuilder, she'd be
what the
trained.
fuck are you doing?
She'd be finding
I
time
actually
to
was at a
train.
dark sport shoot like since 4 a.m, so that was not
That's no
fun.
excuse.
That was not fun.
No, but I mean, I got my pro card and whatnot, and yesterday I skipped the gym because I just played Minecraft all day.
But
so
that's
I
think you are one of the more healthy, well, if not the most healthy, like as far as mental bodybuilder that I've talked to.
Yeah,
like
you are very, bro. That's a compliment.
You are very well aware of what's going on and like how things should not.
I appreciate that compliment, and I would have to agree with you.
Yeah, that's really cool because a lot of bodybuilders are so, like you said, they're so obsessed with it, and it
becomes their whole personality.
No, I'm a bodybuilder, bro.
And it consumes them, and it's just it's just not healthy. It's not, and that's what I think.
It's not mentally healthy.
I think a lot of what social media does is it glamorizes bodybuilding, which is not a problem. It's cool. Like it's a dope ass sport.
I wish he was on the fucking Josh Bryan podcast because we talked about this.
It's a cool sport. It's dope as fuck. But these kids are not realizing how extreme this sport actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And then they jump into it and they're like, they're so depressed and like.
Well, we were saying just to add on to that. There's like reels and stuff that you'll see or posts where people will glamorize that. I don't want to go out. I don't want to hang out with friends. I don't want a girlfriend. I just want to fucking lift. And it gets like 100,000 likes. It'll be like a reel, and it'll have text on it that's like, I don't have friends. I just lift. And people are like, yeah, that's the way. Like,
okay, well, I will tell you this right now.
But I'm saying social media glamorizes that idea.
That the people, and that's what's wrong with it, is that the people that are posting that shit, that's not what they're doing. They're doing that for attention. They're not actually focused on bodybuilding. They're focused more on people calling them bodybuilders. And they're not. If they actually were doing that, they wouldn't be posting that.
That is true.
I promise you.
That is very true.
No, but you're missing the point. It's that they are like using that as a scapegoat to just like
validate bad mental habits.
Yeah.
Like they think because I gotta, like, let's say they, just for the sake of argument, let's say they really are like that. Mm-hmm. That is mentally unhealthy. We can all agree. But if they post about it and there's 100,000 other people that are also mentally unhealthy that are like, I agree with this, I'm going to like this post. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, all these people feel validated because they're like, wow, look, 100,000 likes. All these other people think gym can be whole life and that's okay. But that doesn't actually mean it's mentally healthy. Mm-mm. And we were saying it's the same as like those really depressing TikToks or reels that you'll see, where it'll be like, I'm fucking sad all the time. I hate my life, blah, blah, blah. And people will like it, but they think that it's kind of enabling their depression. Mm-hmm. It's the same idea. So it's enabling, with these gym posts, it's enabling this idea that it's okay to be one-dimensional and have fitness be your life. But it's not
only that, and we didn't talk about this last time, I also think that it's giving them a reason to like shit on or hate on people who do go out and drink and do go out and party and do go out and do like normal stuff. And that shit's fucking annoying because what it's like when I get people who are like, bro, you're fucking out drinking and shit, you're not even taking the gym serious. It's like, bro, I can do both. Like,
yeah, I've seen so many people say, because you'll post them, they'll be like, Such, how are you going to be on 500 tests and you're out partying? How are you having fun?
Yeah, it's like
you got to be just in the gym all the time. What's your problem?
It's like, bro, you want me to fucking jerk off all day? Like, dog, I can. My bad, bro. I'm getting heated. Like, I can do multiple. Like, you can do multiple things and enjoy your life.
But also, like,
and then like this is a prime example. Like she looks good and she's doing it. She's going out doing shit.
I have a very healthy balance with both things.
But we've said before, like, you take 500 tests because you have a certain way that you want to look. And if you were natty, you would have to make the gym your whole life to look the way that you want to look.
Yeah,
but you don't want to do that.
And
you
honestly,
want to be able to have the freedom. And ultimately, as bad as it sounds, being on 500 milligrams of testosterone gives you the freedom to look the way you want and also live the way you want. Be able to party, be able to drink a little bit.
also 500 is a blast, just to make that clear. That's my blast. That's not like what I'm cruising on. But also, it's not like, fuck, I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Me being curious, when did you guys like start doing anything as far as like PEDs?
I ran a SARM when I was 19, but then I did like juice when I was 20.
And then what made you take that jump?
I wanted pussy.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was like, bro, I'm scrawny as fuck. I'm trying to fuck. I was
My
a virgin.
answer's not
I was
that
like, that was my answer. I was like, dude, I want to get big. Like,
You're so young at that age though. You're
yeah,
so young.
but like I said, I was at military school, so everyone was on these SARMs
Yeah,
because
people
no
are
one
like running SARMs.
I didn't
no
even
one-
know what SARMs were until maybe like 2 years ago.
well, that was when I was in school because I'm 22 now, so I was like 19, 20, whatever.
Yeah.
So when we were in school, no one wanted to pin because we were in the barracks, and we're like, dude, I don't want to like get caught with needles and shit. So we were all just running SARMs. So everyone was fucking on SARMs.
I will say, I think when I was in the military, because they test drug tests sometimes, I think that's what some people were doing. But I wasn't even really into the bodybuilding scene until after the military, so I didn't even know what the fuck SARMs were.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was like I was big and natty, and then I started going to like Gymshark events and just fitness events in general.
Yeah.
And I had a foot itch. Pro hormones, stupidly, are not completely legal, but you can get them from like certain shady supplement shops.
Yeah.
So I would justify like a little 2-week pro hormone run, like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to this event. I'll just run pro hormones for 2 weeks. And then a month later, I'd be like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to this event. I'll run pro hormones for 2 weeks.
What's a pro hormone?
It's just like basically an oral steroid. It's something that you take and your liver converts it into an oral steroid. Versus with something like Anavar, your liver doesn't need to convert it.
Are
Anavar,
pro hormones legal or no?
they're banned for use in supplements, but they are legal to own. So if you got rated and you had pro hormones, you're fine. But you can't sell them as a supplement, but some supplement companies still do.
I got you.
So long story short, they're very unhealthy and they're stupid to run. You really should just run an oral steroid or what?
So you were going to these events and like you felt like what?
I would be like, I got to look good for this event because I'm
Yeah.
surrounded by all these fitness people. And these were Gymshark events. So I'm like standing up there with like David Lade. I'm his little +1. And I'm like, all these people look fucking sick. And I'm just like this 19-year-old like natty kid. So I'll just run this pro hormones for 2 weeks.
You guys were so young.
I know. And so then that happened like 5 fucking times. And I ended up like getting gyno from one of these pro hormones. And then at some point I realized like, what the fuck am I doing? Like it really came down to I am too scared to pin. Like, I'm too scared mentally and physically to make that leap.
Yeah.
Like, for one, I don't want to put a needle in my butt. But two, like, that's real. Like, a pro hormone I can forget about. It's just a pill.
Yeah.
But sticking test oil in my ass,
It's a
that's
lot.
real. So, but it got to the point where I'm like, logically, this doesn't make sense. So I should just hop on test. So that's how it started for me. And
What
I
was
hopped
the
on.
jump? Were you scared? Like, were you just like,
Well,
what was the breaking point for you?
I got gyno, and I was talking to Derek, and Derek has never pushed me to do anything, but he was just like, look, like you have 2 routes here. You can't keep just doing these stupid pro hormone cycles. Like, what do you want to do with your life? You either have to hop on gear or you have to go back to being natty because you've already revoked your natty status and you're just running these stupid 2-week pro hormone cycles because you want to look good for these events, which is kind of stupid. So like, what are you going to do? Like,
Not
you're gonna
really though, because when you did that, like, where were you as far as like your career in anything, in bodybuilding and social media and anything?
Yeah, I mean, I was small as
But
fuck.
no. Like as like
No,
a career.
I mean like career small. Like my career was small. I was not making a lot of money.
yeah.
I was.
Were
this is
you
when,
making money?
like $2,000 a month.
Okay, but you were still in the industry, correct?
Yeah.
So like that, you need to be looking good. That's your job. That's your life.
Oh no, I'm not saying. There was a good reason for me to take it to look better. I understand the incentive, but from a health standpoint and from a things actually working well standpoint, test is going to be way more effective than a fucking stupid pro hormone that you get from some supplement shop. So it really came down to me just being scared. And that's what it came down to in my brain too. I'm like, I want to make fitness my life, my career.
Yeah.
I've already dropped out of school for this. Do I have the balls to do what's necessary? Because I know eventually down the line, I probably want to compete. and I also need to look the part.
Yeah.
And I'm already not natty, so I can't be the next fucking natty king. So that card has already been revoked. So now what do I do? Do I have the balls to take the leap or no? And I did. I was
think
like, yeah, I'll do it.
I wish more people would give their bodies the time to
I
grow.
agree. But back then
really
I was 19 and I was a computer science major, and I was presented with this opportunity to literally travel the world, be on Gymshark. I was on Gymshark for a year, and like Gymshark was my dream.
Yeah.
Bro. Like they're so
gay.
I know. Dude.
No, dude, I was all
It was
into
totally
it in the
different.
No,
beginning too.
so different back
gymnast
then.
and fucking Gymshark athlete.
It was so different.
Extra
back then.
gay.
Yeah.
It
But-
was. That was the only thing that was out back then.
Yeah.
Gymshark was like very selective, and they still are, but they were this very selective brand that I always thought, even before I wanted to do fitness as a career, I'm like, dude, that would be sick to be a Gymshark athlete. That's like unreal.
Look at the athletes that they had back then compared to who they have now.
I know. That's a whole different
So
conversation.
no shit, people want to be a part of Gymshark back then, because literally those athletes were the prime athletes.
It's Young
in
LA
that
now.
time.
Like
Yeah.
all the ones that Young LA has that you consider the new gen of aesthetics or whatever.
Yeah.
Lex, Anthony, me, like
Yeah.
that was all Gymshark back then. We
then.
were all on
Yeah.
Gymshark. So
I don't
there
think
was
you
a good
said-
reason. I'm just saying from a health standpoint, it was stupid. Like I'm already not natty. So what the fuck am I going to do? I'm not going to go back to being natural because I can't. I never can get my natty card back. I'm forever unnatural. So am I going to go back to not taking shit and now my hormones are fucked because I've done these stupid 2-week pro hormone cycles? Or am I just going to do what's necessary? And I knew this whole time what was necessary. I just didn't have the balls to do it. And then finally, after a couple months, I'm like, all right, I am going to inject steroids in my ass. And then I did that.
Were you scared?
Dude, this sounds so pussy. You guys are like military people.
Who gave you that guidance? Who was like, okay, this is what you need to be doing. This is how you do it.
Yeah, dox him right now.
I don't want
police can go and arrest him right now.
I mean, like, were you informed, or did you do that?
I was very well informed by
Okay.
someone who knew very much about this shit.
Good. Because it irks the fuck out of me that people will literally just like listen to the bullshit that's on social media and they'll go off and do it themselves, and they're hurting
100%
themselves.
agree.
They're hurting themselves. They're putting themselves in danger because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
To be fair, I don't really think there's that many people like that. I think at this point,
Are you kidding me? I think yes, there
I
definitely
think at this point, I bet that there are more people than not who know better not to just take there's no influencer out there pushing a SARM or pushing a steroid.
Yeah.
And you can't name a single one.
But to be fair, you have to think of, for one, all these TikTok micro influencers that do it because they're trying to be edgy. And two, I would have agreed with you up to like 2 weeks ago. Some kid came up to me at the gym. He must have been like 19 or 18. I think actually he said it was like 18. And he said, I'm running 400 tests, 600 EQ. And I'm like, okay, EQ is extremely liver toxic. How long have you been on that? And he's like, oh, like 12 weeks or something. I could plan to run another 4 weeks. I'm like, wow, so half a year of EQ. So are you donating blood? That thickens your blood a lot. He's like, no. I'm like, are you taking aspirin? Are you taking aspirin to thin your blood? No. I'm like, bro, I know that. He's like, but it's been working really well. And I'm like, I want to grab him by the shoulders and be like, bro. I mean, I said this. I didn't grab him by the shoulders, but I was like, you need to either donate blood or get on aspirin, or like you're really putting yourself at risk. Like,
do you take liver supports?
Yeah.
Do you take joint supports? Like they don't know. They have no idea. And these kids are just like listening, to everybody, and they don't know what they're doing, and they're putting themselves in.
But no one, I'm saying, because you said social media, no one on social media is telling this kid or telling anybody to take 400 tests, 600 EQ with no.
There are.
That's
I can
true.
tell you right now that there are people on social media that are saying you should run this.
I agree with
I've seen it.
I agree with that, but I also agree with you to some degree. Like, there's no one that you can really name, but there are, like, even when people hear about us, and we've said a million times, just because we do it doesn't mean you should do it, but there are still people, kids, that will see what we do and they'll hear our warning, but they'll say, fuck the warning. I want to look like them.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to stop being honest about exactly what I run just because some people are willing to put themselves at risk. I think it's stupid, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm responsible for it. Like, I'm not. I've told you what I do and I told you not to do it. So if you want to fucking do it, that's on you.
I think people should allow their bodies to grow naturally and work out for, I'm not even fucking playing, probably more than 5 years, at least 5 years. Work out for 5 years.
Yeah, I'd been doing it for like 6.
See where your body is at. And if you decide that you either hit a plateau or you want more, then think about doing something. But I feel like these kids are just like hopping on gear their first year of working out. And they haven't even allowed their bodies to grow.
Yeah, that was me. Like,
But that was that was a SARM. That was a SARM.
fueled by pussy, man. It's a disease. Horny is a disease.
If you do decide to do it, just do your research or listen to a pro coach or a pro bodybuilder. They obviously know what the fuck they're doing.
Not necessarily.
Well, I mean, some of them, most of them.
I just want to say there's a lot of pros and pro coaches, especially. I'm talking about pro coaches that they do. It's like, okay, steroids work in spite of their bad advice because steroids really work well. And you can give someone like pretty bad advice, but as long as they're taking steroids, they're still going to make more progress than a natural. So they see that and they're like, wow, I'm growing so much. I must be receiving great advice. But I have seen some horrible cycles from pro coaches where I'm like, oh my God, like I don't even know that much, but I could write a better cycle than this.
Yeah. Speak to somebody that's experienced. That's the most thing. Like, and then get different opinions from different people. People want to like take one thing because one person told them to do that. Okay, well, get different opinions from different people. See what different people say.
I would say Derek, More Plates, More Dates. He's very fucking knowledgeable. And I know that I won't say who, but certain pro coaches that are coaching like big names have gone to Derek and said, "Hey, can we work together on a cycle for my athlete?"
That's crazy. And you want to call yourself a coach? My opinions on coaches these days are actually insane. I think that people want to be coaches just to put their names behind athletes and just for the money, because coaching isn't easy. You have to give them a program. You have to give them a diet. You have to work on their posing. You have to do check-ins. That's a lot. Physically demanding, very laborious. So of course they're going to ask for that much money. But coaches are fucking egging it. Like they are literally making the most out of it and they don't even know what they're fucking doing. A coach would take a person like you, an athlete like you, and they would be like, oh, let's run it, because they have a lot of names behind them. You already look good. But they just want their name behind you.
Right, of course.
So, like, I think there's a lot of coaches in the industry these days that are like that. And it's so hard to find, like, a genuine coach these days. So, like, if people do think about competing, do your research on that coach. Like, who do they have behind them? How long have they been doing it? How experienced? Were they a competitor previous? Not saying that coaches don't have to be competitors, but, like, do your research on your coaches and, like, get opinions from different people, because there's a lot of coaches out that are doing this these days that are doing it for the wrong reasons.
Okay, just to switch off this topic of bodybuilding, because I'm getting sleepy. But listen, do you feel, this is a question that I've been thinking about all day. Do you feel that you've been like sexualized? Because this is an industry where it's like male dominant. Like a lot of fitness, I'm guessing your male to female ratio on Instagram is probably 95-10 or 95-5.
Absolutely not.
No, I think she has good female following.
It's not
90-10
like,
or 80-20.
compared to like a female like Julia, that she's very like female empowerment, which I feel like I am too. But compared to a woman like her, like she is very like, I think she's at half and half, even probably more females. But I'm at a very good ratio. I think mine's like what? We checked it the other day. It was like 60-40.
60 men, 40 women.
60-40?
I told him
that's fucking impressive.
Wait,
I was saying
men,
90-10.
40 women,
60
right?
men,
That's,
40 women.
Dude, I think anything above, I'm being honest, anything above 90-10 for a girl is like really good. Like you actually have a good female following at that point. I was going to say, I think it's because you have like the whole bad bitch energy. Like you're this like, you actually look the part.
You just call her a bitch, bro?
No, bad bitch is different than
like
calling her a bitch. You know what I mean?
No.
Are you a bad bitch? Yes or no?
I feel like I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like a lot of
That's a
girls that are in the fitness industry are just self-proclaimed fitness influencers, but the actual only reason that people follow them are just because it's dudes that think they're hot. But then you have this other tier of girls that also like actually look the part, like look like they fucking lift. And those are the ones where girls are like, wow, I want to like she's a bad bitch.
So have you? Like so have you ever felt like, damn, I'm down bad? Like there's like your DMs or whatever, your comments. Do you feel like you're being sexualized?
That is always going to happen to a woman.
No, I know.
Regardless.
I know.
And in every stage of my life, unfortunately, that has happened to me. When I was at a young age, when I was in the Marine Corps, now that I'm in fitness, I'm just like immune to it at this point. And I kind of block it out. But the one thing that I can do as a human being is hold myself accountable towards self-respect. That's my biggest thing, is that on my social media accounts, I will respect myself and I have morals that I account myself for, and I'm never going to change. I will never. And no, I'm not hating on any.
Not hate on him. Hate on him.
No, I'm not.
No, I respect my OnlyFans girls, bro.
No,
I respect my
OnlyFans.
I do too.
I really do too. Make your hustle, and if that's what makes you happy, do that. And I'm not saying OnlyFans is bad, but for me, in my opinion, in my standpoint, I think about my daughter. Like, everything I post, the very last thing I think about before I press post is, would I want my daughter to be posting this? And if I say no, then I don't post it. And I'm just like, I just want to have, you can't buy respect. You really can't. And that's like my biggest thing, is that I just want people to respect me.
So if you see a post that pops off and it's like a little bit more scandalous, what do you like? Are you like, fuck, like like?
Oh no, 100%. Like I posted like a bikini picture, not too long ago, and it did really well. And I was like, well, yeah, I expected that. I was like, people never see that side of me, and of course it's gonna pop off. They never see me in a bikini. But with that post, I was like, oh, like I feel really pretty in it, and I look good in it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, like I wouldn't mind if my daughter posted that picture. So that's why I posted it. I was like, I was in a wellness pose. Like I was not flexing. I just felt really pretty.
Wait,
so I
was
like,
it?
It was in Houston. It was at Erica's house. Shout out to Erica's mansion. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
But that's not really like sexualizing in a way.
That's is literally
like,
that is a wellness pose. That is what wellness women look like when they're on set. Well, not the physique, but that is a wellness pose. So I was like, I'll post that. I don't have a problem posting that.
But what about? I wouldn't see that and say, oh, she's just trying to sexualize herself.
No, I'm not saying she was trying to sexualize herself.
No, I wasn't saying that. But I'm just saying, like, some people could look at pictures of me in like a little bodybuilding Speedo and be like, oh, he's showing too much skin. But like at the end of the day, it's a bodybuilding pose.
Yeah. What do you expect? But like, and that's the thing too. Like, I'm already getting sexualized. Why would I put myself in a position to where I'm getting more of it? It's hard to deal with, but like I said, I've been dealing with it my whole life, so I know how to go about it now. If I hold myself with a lot of respect, then that's all I can do. If I know I'm not in the wrong, and if I know I'm not putting myself in the position to where people can say nasty things to me, even though it still fucking happens, then that's all I can do.
So do you think that you, like, let's say you get like a terrible, because you said you block it out. Let's say you get like some fucking freaky DM, like you just don't even look at it. Like,
I don't look.
And I'm sure you get them every day, right?
I will tell you right now that I don't look through my DMs. This is what I do. If I do decide to one day like go through my DMs, I look at the females. Or if it's like a business partner.
But isn't that sexist?
It is what it is. I don't know.
No, but isn't that sexist though? That's pretty sexist to not even look at, not even give the guys. Because what if a guy's like, yo, you have great shape?
No, I guess I'm lying. So if I see the very first words and it says anything provocative, I don't even know. I don't even open it. Yeah, no, I don't look at it. But a lot of the times the girls have questions or they want to compliment me. So obviously I want to, or show them my attention.
I'm sure you'd open a DM. There was a guy being like, you look great. You should compete and blah, blah, blah. Like that's different than like, you can tell from the first sentence.
From the first word.
Yeah.
I can tell. Like it's just, like I said, it is what it is. Like now I'm just kind of used to it. But I was on live not too long ago, maybe like a couple weeks ago. And I don't even really do lives. So it was like one of my first lives I've ever done. And I had a lot of males like asking me to flex or asking me to twerk. And I literally stopped the fucking live. And I was like, if you guys are going to sit here and do this to me and ask me to do this nasty stuff, like I'm a mother. I'm a daughter and I'm a sister. Would you guys say this stuff to your daughters? Would you guys say this shit to your sisters? Like treat me with respect where I'm not fucking doing this shit at all. I don't owe you guys anything.
IG Live?
Yeah, it was IG Live.
Sometimes I just see a dumbass comment, You can block someone directly from IG Live. Sometimes
I do it all the
block.
time. Yeah, I do it all the
Yeah.
time. It's just like I'm not on here for that reason. And if it's not apparent that I'm not, then you're on the fucking wrong page. Like, go do this somewhere else because it's not going to be me. I fucking promise you that. So.
Yeah, I feel like there are girls who are already expecting that.
Yeah.
But some girls
And
put it on
probably thrive
themselves.
off the attention.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need that. I don't need none of that.
Right.
That's the attention part of it. Yeah, all the comments and all the you're so sexy. That's not why I do social media.
Yeah, but there are girls who are built for it, and they
capitalize
on it.
Good for them. And I love that. All power to them.
Exactly.
It's just not me, and it's not who I am.
That's good. That's
different strokes for different folks.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Not exactly. Like not hating on any fucking girl that does that or OnlyFans. I'm not. I'm really not. People need to make a living, and if that's what you like doing, if that's what makes you happy, fucking do it.
Because at this point, there are a lot of guys who are like starting to do OnlyFans.
Yeah, why not?
And
There's
it's like,
fucking money in it.
yeah.
It actually pisses me off seeing how much money these fuckers are getting.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, damn, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's like 50% taxed, but like, it's still good money. But you would never do any of that.
No, I think about my daughter.
Yeah. Well, what would you do? Let's say like all this shit tomorrow, your account's fucking deleted, everything's deleted. What would you do?
I would go work with my brother. I would have a normal job. That's what I was doing before this. I barely quit my job, my normal job. Like not even Zach, when did I quit? Like a month ago? I was cleaning fucking toilets, taking out the trash a month ago. But I really did want to keep that job because that's what grounded me. That's what humbled me. I was at that gym, cleaning that gym and working the front desk, feeling normal. And I was like, okay, I'm still a normal person. I still need to feel this way. I don't want any of this shit to get to my head. But it picked up so fast within the past 3 months that I was like, okay, well, fuck.
There's a clear opportunity here.
There is.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, as long as I know and that I need to stay humble and that I need to remain myself, I can do this. I can go off and be a full-time creator. I just need to stay humble. Because that was my whole thing in the beginning. Because I didn't go into this for the money. I really didn't. I did it for the content. Like I loved taking pictures and I loved working out. And it just so happened to pop off that one post. So I was just like, so a lot of the attention and the money and the opportunities and stuff like that, it kind of fucks with me sometimes. And it's hard to think about because I never expected that for myself. It was so hard to accept in the beginning. And still to this day, like I'm so hard on myself. I don't even feel like I deserved any of this because I was just like, I didn't go into this thinking anything was going to come out of it.
Yeah, but those are usually the people that do the best.
Yeah.
Because the people that go in expecting nothing are the ones that are just like, yo, this is me. And if you fuck with me, you fuck with me.
Yeah, that's how I look
And
at it.
people can like feel that. Like people can smell that from a mile away. If you're really just like, this is me and this is who I am and I'm not trying to get anything out of this.
Yeah.
People are more drawn to that. The people who go into it with the intention of, all right, I'm going to do it this way and I'm going to be really provocative, not like sexually provocative, but just like I'm going to say edgy shit or whatever.
Do whatever. Say whatever.
I'm going to say whatever I need to say. I don't care how far away it is from who I am as a person. People can also smell that. It just comes off as being corny.
No, I don't need this stuff. I have a family.
Yeah.
Like I have a family and if all of this shit went away tomorrow, I would be completely fine. I would be happy. I really would. I would go back up north and live with my family and be with my daughter and live life. Like, because all I knew before this was nothing. I lived in Nebraska for 17 years. There's nothing up there. And I loved that. Like, I don't need any of this stuff to be happy. I really don't. All this stuff is like a bonus. I get to do what I love and be around cool ass fucking people and be a part of companies that treat me well and treat me with respect. And I love that. And I get to do it for a living. And the one thing that keeps pushing me is all the people in my DMs telling me how much I inspire them. Like, because that just shakes the fuck out of me. They're like, I went to the gym today because I saw a TikTok of you. Or you motivate me and out of this really dark space in my life. Because a lot of my life within the past 10 years was really dark. And I looked at fitness and photography and having a creative mindset as an outlet, as a healthy outlet. But it wasn't always a healthy outlet. So when people tell me, oh, you know, like I was suffering from addiction or I was going through a really tough breakup with a toxic boyfriend and I got out of it because I was like, you inspired me to get out of those spots. I was like, dude, that's exactly where I was. So thank you. Like it's amazing to me and it pushes me and I just want to help people. So I don't look at it for the money. I literally just am inspired by all the people I'm inspiring.
So what do you feel? How do you feel now about like being able to do this for a living and like getting in the money?
It's actually crazy. No, I don't feel like I deserve any of it. Even at that dark sport.
But you're still
today,
like early on though.
Oh yeah, early on, very very early on. I can see myself doing this for like a couple more years and really prospering. But it hurts me a lot not being able to be with my daughter every single minute of the day anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, that makes.
Wait, why do you think you only have a couple of years left in the tank?
I don't know. There's gonna be new bucks coming around. I don't know.
You gotta believe in yourself more.
Yeah. See,
you've
well,
blown
that's
up
why.
more than 99.9% of the people. I know, because I have that same mindset. But
why.
at some point, you can't like. That mindset's not good.
It's
and
not.
you can't convince yourself that it's okay.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to deal with it. And like at some point you have to look at the facts and you have to look at the numbers.
Yeah. I'm just so hard on myself. I really am. I look at all the other athletes that are with dark sport and all these other companies and I'm just like, dude, I don't even compare to them. Like it's actually insane. Like I don't even feel like I fit in with them. Like I don't deserve to be here.
Why is that though?
Yeah, in what way?
Because of the
I
way
don't
that you
know.
look?
Like they're Olympians. Why am I there?
Okay, yeah, but so what? Fucking Chris Bumstead's on Young LA, and it's like,
Yeah.
and I don't feel any different that he's on the team, and
I feel good that he's on the team. Yeah,
I have no idea.
That's something that I'm not telling you what to do, but like,
no, yeah,
you're gonna like.
No,
that's
tell me what to do because I don't know how to think right now. My life right now is so out of ordinary for me that I don't even know how to feel. I don't know what to think. Like I have anxiety attacks before every single fucking event. I have anxiety attacks going to Alpha Land because I'm just like, there's so many people and there's attention on you when you are an influencer in the industry. And I just don't know how to handle it because I grew up in a town of 50,000 people.
I honestly just think it's because she's like you're new to it.
Very
I mean,
new.
I'm not even a veteran.
It's all at once.
And I've been in this shit for 2 years or 2.5 years, and like I kind of know what you're saying, but there will be a point where you will get over that, and you're like you'll bust through that plateau.
I fucking hope it's soon because it's been rough right now.
I think for us
that's the only way that you're gonna be.
That's
the only way that you're gonna be successful.
Especially for me, because it was such a slow burn that like I had time to get acclimated. I think that like Sush said with you. It just everything all happened at once and your life kind of just changed.
Fast, yeah.
But you just have to keep in mind that what got you this far was not a facade that you have to maintain. It wasn't a character that you have to maintain. Mm-hmm. It was literally just you being yourself, which is the easiest thing in the world to do if you think about it.
Yeah.
All you have to do is literally just do what you would normally do if the camera was
And think
off.
about it. You're a fucking mom. Like there's probably no other dark sport athlete. I mean, maybe there is, but
there's a few.
So, but the minority, like the majority of them don't have a daughter or a son.
Yeah.
And like right there, that's like your own, like that's your
motivation.
Yeah, that's
itself.
like
oh yeah, 100%. I'm like I work my ass off, and I'm just like thinking like, oh my god, if I get this content done, or if I do this post, I can make a lot of money from it. I just want to take care of her with that. I don't even think about anything
Right.
else.
Well, I think that what happens for some people to blow up is they do it your way where they're just themselves and people naturally gravitate towards them. And then they get to a certain point of like fame or being well known where they're like, well, what do I do now? What's my next, like, I got to put on a facade now, right?
No.
But it's like, no, you got this far.
The
The reason that you got this far, there's kind of incentive there because you see other people that are successful and you're like, maybe that is the way. Maybe I just need to be kind of like clickbaity, corny, mainstream, whatever. But it's like, that's not how you built your audience. That's not what your audience is looking for. You have to look at what has worked. And what's worked is you being Gabby.
Yeah.
Like, you just need to continue doing that. As soon as you think you have to get out of that or start putting on a certain face, which you don't seem like the kind of person that would, but as soon as you might get out of that, that's where things go south. Because like I said, people can smell it.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, this is not the same person that I followed.
And maybe that's why I don't start competing, is just because I feel like that is completely out of my element. It's like not whatever I've ever thought about. So,
Fair enough.
So like maybe I'm just like, maybe that's what's stopping me is that I just never thought about. I've never had an itch to compete. Not once. Like I obviously know I can do it and I know I would push myself to go far in it, but I'm like, I don't want it that bad. I want this. I want to be more on the creative spot of it.
Yeah.
I want to be more on Gabby Fortune's part of it. I just want to be myself.
That's fair.
And that's kind of like the wave I'm on, even though I will compete, but like
You're kind of competing for the experience.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck it.
And the content and like all that shit. But really, like deep down, it's not like I didn't fucking I wasn't in 8th grade, like 14 years old. Like, I want to compete.
Yeah, I've never
I didn't
thought
start
about
lifting like
Yeah.
just to be like, yeah, I'm about to fucking do classic physique and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But now
Right.
it's more like I've adapted to figuring out like what I'm good at and like creating. Like I've been doing like a lot of shit for like Young LA and like doing reels and like trying to advertise for them.
I like how you're going more down the model route of it. I
Yeah.
find myself doing that too. Like I really enjoy it. I like taking pictures. I like modeling clothes. I like modeling with products. I love that part of it. And like I feel like if I go down the bodybuilding route, which I'm not saying you can't do fucking both, but for me, I would just 100% want to be
Right.
focused on my
Right.
show. So then I wouldn't be focusing more on my content, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it would kind of conflict each other.
Yeah, like honestly, now the majority of my shit is literally like all just, and it sounds like bad, but it's all just like promo.
Mhm.
You know, it's all just like
'Cause
advertising.
that's what you enjoy doing.
Yeah, but I really do like mixing in content while doing.
What
Like-
you love, like things, your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy both of your guys' content because it's you guys.
Mhm.
There's very few content creators that I can say that.
Like right now, I'm genuinely considering making a Minecraft series with Gianna
See,
because
that's
it would be
fun.
funny. But like, there's no need to stay like, oh, this is my niche and I have to stay in it.
Yeah,
And
No,
like, because I was
yeah.
gonna say,
that's the dope
if
thing
you
about.
if you do ever decide, like, if you do ever get the itch to compete, you shouldn't hesitate for a second just because you think, well, I built my brand around not being that girl that competes, so I can't compete because that's how I
Yeah.
built my brand. Like, just do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you get the itch to compete, then say, hey guys, I got the itch to compete. I'm gonna do
I'll
that
100% do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now.
No, yeah, and that's just not in my cards right now.
Right,
Like I just
right.
don't care. Like I care more about just
Doing shit that you want to
doing
do.
shit I
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah.
Like modeling and stuff.
Yeah, I like
Right.
that. And I like that you said that the content creators that kind of just do their own thing and like have different aesthetics and like don't really fall into a certain place or time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I feel like that is me too, because 1 second I can be really girly and post a picture like that, a bikini picture, and be really
Mhm.
girly, and then the next second I'll be like all dark sported out, like fucking just all muscles and stuff. I like doing both. I feel like I have so many aesthetics that I
Mhm.
can, and I have all these ideas and these creative aspects of it that I just want to put out. That's
Right.
all I want to do. And that's why I enjoy photography, is that I'm able to do that.
You know what? You know what she reminds me of? Male version.
Oh God.
Who? Male version who?
Who?
I know I bring him up a lot, but Dave, because Dave was David Lade
Oh really?
was the
Oh gee,
everyone
dude.
on the planet wanted him to compete, right? They're like, dude, you have godly genetics, you gotta compete, and he's like, not interested. I want to do videography, and like
Yeah.
that's literally
His
if you
content's
even his.
crazy.
Do you watch it?
Yeah.
His
He's
vlogs,
the OG.
Yeah. His vlogs are like very videography and cinematic,
And I love
like,
that.
based.
I want
Yeah.
people to feel my content. That's my biggest thing. I want you to look at a picture or a video of me and be like, fucking, I don't even say anything in my videos. I put music behind it. I'm so inspired by music because music's in my background too. Like if I wasn't doing this, I literally would be like a fucking rock star. I promise you I would. But I'm very inspired by music. And then I will listen to a song and immediately think of like a video or a photo I could put that to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want people to feel. I want people to look at my stuff and be like, holy shit. Like you could tell she's fucking grinding right now, or you could tell that she's like really hurt at the time or something like that. And I want them to be inspired by that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have to put music, or I don't even have to say anything in my videos. I just want people to be motivated by it. I love that. It's like a music video. Like you just
Right.
want to be, I want my content to be felt.
Right. It's like emotive.
Yeah.
Like it inspires emotion.
Yeah. I want
There-
it to be a deeper meaning behind my stuff.
Because you could look from a business perspective, like a manager might look at even so, like let's say Dave's content, just because I'm more like familiar with it, and be
Mhm.
like, yo, you're a fitness influencer. This is on brand. I don't think you should post this, blah, blah, blah. And then Dave says, you know what? I want to make a drone video. He went to Georgia, the country Georgia, over near Russia. And literally the entire video was just amazing cinematography and drone shots. And it
that's
had
beautiful.
nothing to do with fitness. And it was just, the video was just called Georgia, written in the Georgian language. It got like 200,000 views or something.
Mhm.
Because like I said, people can feel when you're being authentic and doing what you like doing. and they just gravitate towards it.
And the one thing about bodybuilding and being an artist, because I do consider photography and videography as an artist, is that bodybuilding is the same way. You are molding your body. So when I was doing both, I was like, why am I not like making content for my gym goers? Like I'm doing both things and I'm creative in both things. I just combined it up two and it took off for me and it worked for me.
Yeah, I think that's why classic is doing so well and is so widely perceived as very aesthetic. It's like the aesthetic division.
Yes.
Even more so than men's physique, which you would think men's physique, that's like the aesthetic guys. But now classic is being seen as that because
100%.
of like the routines. Some of these people like Rough Diesel, Terrence Ruffin, they do these beautiful, actually beautiful routines.
Terrence is a good friend of mine. And we actually connected through photography. He had reached out to me and was like, hey, I just got a camera. Like, I really like your stuff. I'm going to be in Austin. Like, would you be down to shoot the show with me? He is so artistic. Like, he has that creative mindset, and that's why he does so good.
Exactly. And you can tell when he's on stage.
So good. You can see it. You can feel it. Like,
when you watch his...
Same with his content. They go hand in hand. If you have a creative mind, if you have an artistic mind, that's going to correlate to everything in your life.
I mean, I have a lot of Terrence Ruffin's videos saved in a folder called Posing.
Yes.
Because they're things that I want to do in the future where I'm like, wow, the way that like, and it's so choreographed with the music that he uses. So it's like part of the music.
Yes.
Like it's an audio visual experience. And it's like,
that's what I like to do too.
That just looks sick.
It's fun. It's been a ride. And I can't wait to see like what the future holds for me. I have no idea what the future holds for me. In the future, I think I would want to be more on the creative side. I would love to be I thought about being like a athlete manager because now I know the ins and outs of the fitness industry and how it should be working. And I would really love to help females in the industry because I do not think females are getting half of what you guys are making. And that's just what it is. You guys are way more demanding.
But there's a reason for that though. There's a reason for that.
Going about it wrong.
There's a reason for that though.
Tell me.
Go ahead.
There's a reason why girls,
spill it to me.
because girls aren't going to make as much as guys because girls aren't going to do the sales as guys are. And that's that. Like,
and why do you feel that way?
Can I jump in?
Because that's just not how it works. Girls.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, go ahead.
In the fitness industry or like in
this industry? Think about the WNBA and think about the NBA. So right, no one's fucking watching the WNBA, right?
Okay.
No one's watching it. That's why they're not making any money because no one's watching the game. So they're not.
Okay.
No brands are like trying to be commercial, like trying to run their commercials on the air, and that's why they're not making the money that the NBA players are.
Okay.
So it's the same thing. So when 20%, let's say fucking very tops, 20% of the girls on the Instagram, they have 20% female, which is probably average. I would say average. Out of the girls that we know, 20%.
9-10.
Okay, sure, 10. So even worse. That conversion, that is on a way lower scale than guys, and that's why they're not making as much. And that's just how it is, and it sucks.
Can I just jump in?
Yeah, go ahead. It sucks, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually good because you made a different point than I was going to make because that point is also equally as valid. But what I was going to say is we talked about this, I think it was on the podcast with Josh or maybe Weston, where they're with girls, since they're so sexualized, there is an easy way and a hard way. And the easy way gets you a lot of followers very quickly, but very low conversions into sales.
Yeah.
And that is kind of being a hoe on like, just to put it plainly. And then the hard way is like, I would say like the Kalo Fit. You know Kalo Fit?
Of course I do. She's with Dark Sport.
And that way requires much more grinding, much more effort. It's much harder to do, but the payoff is monumental. Like when you get a following that's 75% female, they really rock with you.
You just said Kalo Fit. She's with Alphalete. I was thinking of Kayla Rossi. She's with Dark Sport.
I'm talking about
Kalo Fit, yes. Alphalete,
okay,
yes.
So
I have so much respect for her, by the way. I love her.
Right. And she has formulated her content in such a way where she avoids being sexualized and she goes right after the girls that actually want to follow her. I think what happens is there isn't really that other avenue when it comes to a guy. If a guy wants to make it in the fitness industry, a guy's not going to be as sexualized as a girl. So a guy really, even if he's super hot, a guy really only has one way to go for the most part, which is to like make content that's going to attract guys that are going to use your code or follow you, whatever. But with girls, there's another clear avenue, especially if you're a hot girl, which is like, I've seen these other hot girls in the fitness industry that have just sexualized themselves. I'm going to do that, and it's going to get me a shit ton of followers, and it works. And that's the problem.
Statistically,
the fact that it works is the problem, because they're like, oh, my followers are going up. This is turning, I can make this my career. I've got 300,000 followers. But the fact is, you have those 300,000 followers, and 95% of them are just guys that follow you because they think you're hot.
You're not making any money from it.
5% of 300,000 was 15,000. You only actually have a following of 15,000 that you can like monetize in some way.
Yeah. Statistically, I do realize that obviously the fitness industry is males. It's there's no.
But there's also a huge demographic of women that want to look good, that want to get in the gym.
But the thing is,
because there's so many female influencers that go the route that I talked about of sexualizing themselves, it's not that they don't have the potential to do it the harder way, like the Kalo Fit method. It's just that they want that instant gratification because they have that route available to them. But I think that,
and this goes,
a way that you could, like you said, you wanted to get into kind of here, maybe you can do this instead. A very easy way to do that is, hey, stop sexualizing yourself. That's not actually going to make a career. That's just, you're just sexualizing yourself, getting a bunch of male followers. Try to do this instead and actually post informative content, stuff that's going to inspire women.
Yes.
And then you'll get a
100%.
big female following, and then you can actually make a career out of it.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I was saying before, is that you cannot buy respect. When I get DMs or screenshots or whenever a dark sport drop hits and it's males, literally I get a lot of male sales. And I just think, like, look at all the Olympians on the team that they could have used their code. They could have used Brandon Hendrickson's code. And they chose to use my code. I'm like, oh, that's respect right there. Like, they respect me.
Why do you think they use your code?
I have no idea. I don't know.
And I'm not trying to play devil's advocate.
It humbles the
I don't
fuck
think
out
it's
of
just because they're
Okay,
sexualizing her.
But you know what I'm about to say, because we talk about this off camera all the time.
Tell me.
A lot of the times with girls, it's a lot of these simp guys who want to give you money because that's just how they're wired. They get off to like, I'm using your code. Notice me.
And
But
if you
also-
repost their story and you use their code, just to play on his devil's advocate, if their goal is like, she notices me in some way, and if
Notices
you
me.
respond to their DM or post them on your story, they're going to be like, oh my God,
They're literally going to get off to it.
Yeah, but a lot of the DMs that I do get are like guys that are like, hey, you motivate me so hard. It's not.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's not anything sexual, and those
Yeah.
are the ones I choose to like reply to.
Right.
Is that the guys that do decide to use my code on dark sport, which is obviously like a lot of males, a lot of big males in the industry in bodybuilding, and they will come in my DMs and send me screenshots of them using my code, and they'll be like, "You inspire me so much, and I respect you." You cannot buy respect. And I am so humbled when those guys do like use my code, and girls too. I'm just like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. Like, I'm going down the right route because these people like obviously respect me.
So shout out to those guys.
No, for real. And those females too, because there's a lot of females, big name females that in dark sport that they could be using, and they choose to use mine. And I'm like, I'm so grateful for it. So thankful.
Should we wrap this up?
Yeah. That was
tired.
fucking good.
That was a
great
was
podcast.
fun.
We got into a lot of shit.
Yeah, that
So
was
we
a
did.
really good podcast.
So everyone, make sure you check her out on TikTok, Instagram. Are you on YouTube? Do you do YouTube? Or you have a podcast?
I do have a podcast. It's Know Your Power podcast. We just started our first episode last week actually this Tuesday, and it's been getting a lot of like good reviews, so I like it. It's fun.
So maybe,
But I am starting a YouTube soon too.
yeah. So
Well, I already have a YouTube, but I'm like gonna, now that I'm a full-time creator and I have the time to, like, I'm gonna
go sub up, give
knock
her
it
pod a listen as well. Follow her on Instagram, all that other bullshit. And
this was fun, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for
this
coming
was a
on.
really
It was
Thank you
fucking
for
dope.
having me. This was fun.
Genuinely great podcast.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to go over?
No, I'm fucking.
Yeah.
I just like freestyle.
You got a
for 2
flight. You got a
hours.
flight tomorrow, right?
Next day, so I got to pack tomorrow.
Oh shit.
All right. So we will see you guys in the next one. Everyone, thank Gabby in the comments. It boosts the algorithm.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys leave if you're
Thanks for
listening.
coming on.
Thank you for having me.
If you're listening online or on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you leave a review. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace.